Halfway through the live stream, yes. Oh,
Oh my goodness. Hello. Hi.
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 How are you?
You know, I'd say I'm doing pretty good. One more day until winter break. Are there any fellow teachers in the audience? Hi, audience. Hello.
Themis is tardy.
Let me log it in Power School. No, I'm just kidding. But he'll be here.
Would
Hey,
you
your skin is looking amazing today.
Thank you. It's a new filter I learned about on StreamYard.
Oh, for real? What's it called?
I don't know. Better. It's called Better.
Come closer to the camera so I can see. You know what? These filters are actually getting more and more realistic looking.
Look, now we have to go to my YouTube channel and we need to watch a short because people didn't realize I had a filter on and they were asking some questions that I didn't like. I don't know if I can play the audio from this.
Wait, you had it on your channel?
Yeah, it's on my channel.
The same one you have on now?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so I made this video and people were just feeling it.
That is not the same filter that you have on now.
It is. People were saying it was very attractive. They said it was giving masculine. It was giving provider. It was giving traditional man. And they say it was giving beauty. So
that's the small eye filter. That's the small eye filter.
That's not what that is. That's not what I saw.
You know, I put that filter on and just took a screenshot of it or whatever. And I showed it to my mom and she was like, "What?" I was like, "You think I look like this? Like regularly?" She thought it was just how I looked. I was like, "I do not look the same as this filter."
Are you on winter break right now?
No, one more day. One more day.
So you are on winter break, but it's one more day until winter break, or
Tomorrow we have school.
Okay, ew.
I did a fundraiser on Facebook amongst people, that are follow me, I guess, on social media. And my not follow me on social media. These are my actual friends, people that I know. And I was able to raise enough money to get all the kids something for Christmas and also have their pizza party. So I'm very excited. They are going to be very happy.
Why doesn't the school raise money for pizza party? I do remember my teacher being like, "Oh, if you guys raise enough money, I can get you a set of pencils so that if you ever forget yours, you can come up to the class." I don't know. Supplies and possibly pizza periodically could be provided by the school.
There are things that are provided, but it's not everything that you would need, and it's not necessarily enough things. So I have an ongoing Amazon wish list that people can buy from that has I have this bin in my room. It's not a bin. It's a whole drawer system. And it has take what you need. So there's food in there, food they can take home, canned food, ravioli and stuff like that. And Easy Mac, food that kids can make. And then there's toothbrushes, soap, toothpaste, stuff like that. Hair ties, hair gel for their edges, hair products, all that type of stuff, hygiene stuff. So I have that in my classroom, and I have an ongoing list, Amazon wish list that people buy from all the time. So it's really, really good. Good. I'm so grateful for everybody that ever buys something off of that list because my kids always have stuff. And we go through granola bars at breakfast. a lot. So like I'm constantly buying granola bars, and I used to just like spend my own money, and it was like a lot. And you can only write off like $250 as a teacher on your taxes. I
I didn't
think
know you could write stuff off. I just learned that this year.
only
Even
$250, and there is nowhere. When I tell you, teachers spend way more than that. Like,
well, you know, I have a follow-up question, but before I get to that, you know what's interesting about writing stuff off on your taxes? I learned that you could do this not this year, but last year, because my mom was like, "Oh yeah, if you have any business expenses or stuff like that, you can actually like if you use your car for business, or if you have to buy supplies for business or whatever have you, you can write that off of your taxes." So I started writing off everything on my taxes. And what I didn't know is that the IRS or whoever takes care of taxes actually like read what you send in, and they review it very thoroughly. And now I'm having like follow-up interviews after my taxes are done. Like, what is explain like candles as a business expense? And it's like, okay, this is peach mango popsicle, and I feel like it sets a businessy mood. Like, and it's like apparently you're supposed to prove, okay, like it has to be like if I buy a laptop, I have to prove that like 75% of the time I use it for business purposes, but I don't have to fully. So I can use it for personal stuff 25% of the time. So they're like, prove that you use the candle 75% of the time for business expenses. And I don't know how to do that. So
sometimes those types of things aren't even worth the hassle. That's why they make it hard. Like I was just talking to my mom about that. Like certain things they make really hard so that you're just like, you know what, forget it. But you can get a tax person that can help you.
I did. But I only did after. And they were like, why would you do this? I created work for them, work in a way that they've never had to work before, and they didn't appreciate that. But the follow-up question I had, have you ever had someone who's like tardy to class?
Yeah, every day.
What would be like the punishment for a child who is
There's
tardy?
no punishment. It's not their fault. They're little kids. It's not their fault if they don't get to school on time. There's no
When
punishment for tardiness.
when you say little kids, are you like 12 or are you like 2 years old?
Elementary school aged.
So like, I don't know the grades. I'm gonna say
They're not 2.
I'm gonna say 6 years old. I feel like at 6 years old, my I was getting ready to move out. I was filing my own taxes by myself, and I was already kind of going into adulthood. So I feel like maybe is it just that this new generation, in your opinion, is kind of like falling behind in education? I've been hearing.
Wait, somebody said, "Can I lower my mic?" How do I lower it?
Oh, I'll just take the.
No, mine.
Oh, okay. I'll put it back on.
And I also saw someone say link the wish list. I absolutely will. I will be so grateful if anyone bought anything from the wish list.
Okay, you have a wish list. I have a wish list too. My wish list is that we talk about something today that we actually haven't talked about before. Have you ever heard of like a gender war or anything like that?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that, but I saw something interesting today, and I thought maybe we could touch on like a very captivating, new and fresh topic before we get into like the main stuff with Jonathan Majors and all that. I was interested in this because it's just kind of new, fresh. I've never heard anything like it before, so I think it would be like important to cover it if that's okay with you.
Sure. I like how Themis came back like, y'all good? Okay, let me go finish doing what I was doing.
Yeah, Themis want no parts, and that's fine. We'll tackle this new and thought-provoking thing without him. Let me put it on the screen.
I feel like it's one of those things again where I think you're serious and then it's going to be something that's not.
No. I want to I'll actually, before I put it on the screen, I want to iterate that I'm 100% serious. Because I know it's difficult to tell when I'm joking, and I apologize for that. But no, I have been kind of feeling stale with the conversation online lately. So I would prefer to tackle something that's a little more mentally stimulating instead of like the gender war conversation. So I'll put it on screen now.
Better at communication, men or women?
Women.
Hell no!
Women are better at communication.
Women, for sure.
If men are worse at communication, why do so many women expect men to read their body language rather than just be direct?
Oh my God.
Let me pause. Answer that question, Kay.
I don't know that body language and like verbal communication should be put into the same category.
No, it's
so if someone asked who's better at communicating and someone said women, I would assume they were talking about verbal communication. As it relates to body language, I think that's a different thing. And typically, oh, go ahead, Themis. Welcome back.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna probably have to leave at some point again. Like I'm stressed out. It wasn't just to make my thing. It's like just a lot. There's a lot happening, but continue. Well, hey everyone, thank you all for being here. I truly appreciate y'all for being here. If y'all thought this was going to be a great show, I'm sorry to bum you out. I'm gonna drag this show down at least 4 points myself.
Did you come in before to check and see if we were okay and then leave?
No,
again?
I came in and I was ready, and then I heard my office phone ring. So I was
like, okay.
But go ahead. You were answering. I like my face is filled with acne even now. Like I'm stressed.
Your face is not filled with acne.
There's one specific acne.
One pimple.
No, I mean it's not just one, but it's one very visible one, along with like a bunch. Like I feel like I'm a bum. Like I feel like a bum right now. Anywho, ignore me. This is not about me. I'm not the main character. Petty was asking a question, and I found your answer very interesting about who's better at communicating.
Well, I was just saying that when they asked that question, I assumed they meant verbal communication, not body language. So for him to conflate, like, well, what about when women want you to read body language? And then who says women are like, I don't know why he didn't read my body language. My thing is, humans in general have body language. Like, I wouldn't say like men or women are better at it. I think that's just kind of something that people do in general. But in terms of verbal communication, I think that's how they were answering.
I think women are better at reading body language and verbal communication.
But it didn't say who's better at reading. It said who's better at.
Oh, I would say women are better at both.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. I would say women. I assume that's like general knowledge. It's a truism that women are better at both. Is my mic working well? Let me check to make sure it's the right mic.
Yeah.
All right, good. I can turn your mic down for you.
We don't have to finish that.
It's really loud, someone said. Well, they didn't say that, but
one person said it, and Kay fixated on it. I think you should focus on the positive things in life. That's what my therapist told me.
That's
Ignore
true.
the haters.
All right, go ahead, Patty.
I was just gonna say he goes into women and how they expect you to read their mind, but I feel like that's just one of the common examples of women expecting something that I think is completely normal. So like reading nonverbal cues, I think nonverbal communication is something like 93% of all communication. So it feels reasonable, a request in my opinion, if you think that women are saying they want that in the first place, which I disagree with. But
I think that, again, like I wouldn't say, I mean, I think women are better at verbal communication in terms of like body language and, nonverbal cues. I think a lot of people are good at that and a lot of people have trouble with it. Like, think about how you might be trying to like leave a room or something. women aren't always like, yeah, okay, that person's trying to leave. Let me wrap this up. I've been stuck plenty of times with all the genders somewhere while I was like giving the cue that I was trying to leave the room. But the conversation just kept going. So like, I don't necessarily, in my experience, I don't think women are necessarily better at that or worse, like body language and nonverbal cues. Now, verbal communication, I think women are better.
I think women are better at both. I don't think women more than men communicate more with their body. I just think that's something all humans, regardless of gender, do inherently. It's I think most of it is like involuntary. Like your body just reacts a certain way. Like some people's face fixes a certain way if they see something, and you can tell what's on their mind based on that. And that kind of happens unconsciously. So I wouldn't say men or women do that better, but as far as understanding that communication, I think women do better because the men are online like, why are you expecting me to read your mind? But I feel like it's not reading someone's mind to know that like if they frown at you and cross their arms and they're like not talking to you all day or something, they're probably upset with you or maybe in a bad mood or something like that. That's not like reading someone's mind. That's taking a nonverbal style of communication and understanding it. So I think women are better at it.
Now that I think people understand in general, or they don't, right? Like some people misread those types of things regardless of gender. I think the thing that maybe some people might think about when, like in this topic is like anticipating, like someone who says, why do women expect for someone to read their mind? I think what they mean to say is like, why does this woman that I should know a lot about expect me to anticipate her needs? And I think that that is something that someone should be able to do when they know you well. And that wouldn't be the same as reading their mind. That
okay, so they're just saying reading the mind because they can't communicate well. So they just
verbally, yeah.
Got it. Understood.
I think that people say reading minds when they really mean other things, because it's not, oh, I want you to read my mind. It's more so like, this thing has been the same for years. You should know this because whatever the case may be, depending how long you were with the person or whatever. And a woman might expect someone to know something based on length of time they've been together. So that's not reading their mind. That's just knowing your partner.
Okay, well, I guess we get to read some nonverbal cues today, and we get to decide, is somebody leaving a gash on somebody's head and a broken finger, what does that communicate? Does it communicate to charges, or does it communicate innocent of all things? I guess we can learn about that today.
When you say read people's mind, do you mean read their minds like this? I'm such an idiot, by the way. I while y'all were talking, I was searching so desperately for this very specific video about reading minds. So here we go.
Before my boyfriend wakes up, I always make sure his game and headset is ready for his convenience. I guide him to his chair and get ready for his big day. I now dress him in his Snuggie attire because he performs the best and he's the most comfortable when playing. I make sure his head doesn't get cold because, you know. Then I get his snacks ready so he can eat while he's playing. I feed him by hand so he
I'm muting it because I just realized there was music behind it. So just watch what she's doing. All right.
I like the sounds that y'all's drinks are making. It's like ASMR.
For a boy. Ooh.
For a boyfriend.
Y'all don't have any comments?
No, we should sit with that silence. We should sit in silence, and you should reconcile with what you've done.
You know, I can never tell if things are serious or not. So I like to wait and see what other people say to see if, because I have a problem with that. Like, I never know As you all know, I never know when people are serious versus playing.
It's crazy it's crazy she did all of that after the cheating allegations came to light. Is that the same girl from a couple months ago? And the man was anyway.
Well, I don't know who these people are.
Okay, y'all don't keep up with the lore. It's fine.
Just be making stuff up. How do you feel about people lying on you that you're doing things on their live stream when you're not?
Who?
Just people generally. Like if someone is like, "Oh, Petty did this," but like you didn't do it.
I'm gonna respond the same way Beyonce does.
Okay, period.
The scream I scrumped. What is that?
Scrum.
Girl, I'm so so y'all believe men don't know how to communicate as well as women, essentially, is what y'all said. Is what Petty said, but Kay disagrees.
No, I think I didn't. So I think that women are better at verbal communication because women are more socialized to be verbal and communicate more and speak more in general. I think it has a lot to do with like socialization.
You know, there are a ton of research about how men don't pick up on sort of micro expression the way that women do. It might be a kind of survival kind of adaptation. Sorry, go ahead, Betty.
Yeah, that makes sense, Themis.
I was going to say that reel that we looked at is actually supposed to be a part of a video I'm making regarding some research I'm looking at around people's ability to communicate verbally and non-verbally based on gender and what type of outcomes that can lead to, like one gender having a very strong community and support system, and the other gender having like going to baseball game thinking everything's fine and then confused when their friend unalive himself. So that's what that's going to be about.
You said you're doing a live stream on that?
It's supposed to be a video, but it's going to turn into a live stream because if it's a video, it's just not going to come out.
He's not going to do anything. He's lying.
See,
I'm tired of Petty.
Tricking me.
Yeah, and making things up. Before we get into Jonathan Majors, I wanted to also show y'all something. This. So men are applauding this woman for helping her man with a dinner bill in a way that doesn't humiliate him. Thoughts? I feel like this is more humiliating because at this point they're like online. They're all over the internet.
Yeah, this definitely made it worse. If the goal was to not let people know, now everyone knows.
Let's hear it. Let's see it.
Did somebody else like take that video from some other place and zoom in, or is this a skit?
Okay, are you insinuating that these people set up a camera beside their table and tried to make this seem like a real thing when it was actually just so they could spark conversation in the Black community specifically? Okay, that is asinine. Why would you say something like that? That doesn't even make sense. Their friend was recording the drinks and he watched the video back later, and only then did he catch this sleight of hand. Why are you trying to make it seem fake?
Huh. No, it looked like maybe it was somebody from far away with a cell phone zooming in. I don't know.
Why would they zoom in when they handed cash? It was clearly a coincidence. People trying to make it seem fake. Anywho, yeah, no, that is embarrassing. Why would you hang out with people who don't respect you if your wife hopefully they're married if they're doing that, pays the bill for you. Just hang out with people who will respect your manhood despite you not having any money. It's okay to say that, by the way. I don't have any money. My wife has to pay the bills. She has to go out, labor, and pay for me because I can't afford it. But I don't want to seem like I can't afford it. So she's paying for me. It's okay to just say that. Just say you can't afford it. So your wife is going to pay because you don't have the money. It's okay to just say, I don't have the money. As a man, I don't have the money. That's why my wife is paying. She is out earning me. She is outperforming me. And she has money that I don't, which is why she's paying the bill. It's okay. Just say that and no one will judge you. We will welcome you with open arms.
Did you go get your hair done and come in here to drag? I feel like you got your hair done and you start feeling yourself.
No, if I lean up, you'll actually see one of them is like,
It felt like you just came in to drag. I do agree fully with you, though.
I'm not dragging. It's just, why do people, okay, and then you slide the money under the table when they look in, why? Just hang out with people who will respect you even while you're broke.
But I think that they like that man might have cared like about other people seeing that, even if they weren't people he was hanging out with, which speaks to a bigger issue, because why do you even care about like what the waiter thinks? Or
okay. So you're saying he wants to reinforce the standards that are causing him to have to hide his wife's money under the table. Why is he doing that if he doesn't? I assume he feels bad that he can't pay. So why not, I don't know, create a new standard where masculinity is not tied to like your ability to provide, instead of pretending that, wait, actually, this feels like what men do generally, like pretend like they are still doing something that the traditional man was allegedly doing, but they actually don't have the means to do so. So they're pretending. So why do that? Why not just be broke and happy?
I agree. I think it's not even that she's paying, it's the way she's paying that bothers me. The way she's paying is making it look like he's doing it. And that's the problem.
Yeah, just say my husband, boyfriend, I don't know if they're married, is broke and I have to pay for his meal or we won't be able to eat. We'll have to wash dishes because they'll make us do labor because we can't pay unless I pay for it. He doesn't have the money. Just say that. Just say he doesn't have the money. I'm dating him, but he doesn't have the money, so I'm paying for him. Yeah, just say that.
It's so weird. Like Petty, I think you were just saying something along these lines. Creating like people don't like the standard or can't fit into it or whatever the case may be, but then continue to like push the same one or reinforce it.
Yeah,
Why?
like just say I can't meet the standard of manhood that was set for
Stop.
me.
What is up with you, Betty?
Wait, is this another one?
Why are people think that we're going to shame them because they can't meet the standard of masculinity and so their woman has to pay for them? Who would shame them for that? Not me.
Okay, do not respond to Petty. Just let Petty eat. let Petty burn his food. Let him cook. You are not fooling yourself. And I think the psychology of someone who wants to be seen as a provider in this way, I'm not saying it's abusive because I don't know their relationship, or people who do this, their relationship. That's a bit too far. But I do think resentment has to build. If you want to be seen publicly as the provider and you cannot do it because you're taking money from her to pretend like you're the provider, as much as you outwardly perform that, you know you're not the provider, there will be resentment. Any one of your friends and family who knows you and her and understand anything about your life will also know you're not the provider. You're not fooling anyone besides the waitress, right? And so that kind of psychology is ridiculous. I've actually had something like this happen at a gathering, but it wasn't cash, it was card. And it was very embarrassing when when the waiter came back and called the name on the card.
Oh, because y'all saw y'all saw like the man hand it and then they
Yeah.
called the name of the woman.
She was like, "Who is?" Girl, I was gagged, and you know me, I can't laugh. I cannot not laugh. So that
What
was
did the
that on
man?
that.
What did the man do?
Nothing. He passed it. He passed it. He passed the bill over to his girlfriend because I was like, "Oh, you better."
Oh, at that point, he was like, well.
Yeah, and I think I agree with Themis. It's not necessarily that she paid. It's just that he was unwilling to say right there, my wife is paying today because I can't afford it. She's footing the bill for my meal and hers.
I removed him.
What?
I removed him. Because he gonna keep repeating his little diatribe.
You removed him.
He keep repeating his same diatribe
Oh my
over
god.
and over again. As if anyone asked him.
Oh my goodness, that was funny.
Sending love and support. Thank you, Voodoo Doll. I appreciate that. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Petty.
I think I got my thoughts out.
You did. You did repeatedly. What's his name? DJ Envy is so annoying to me. Isn't he going to prison? Isn't DJ Envy going to prison for fraud and a
Is he the one
pyramid
that had that
scheme?
pyramid scheme?
Yeah, with the houses with Caesar Pina. Like I'm trying to like the feds need to hurry this up because DJ Envy annoys me. He annoys me, and this is why. Do you know that guy?
Keith Lee?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I think what you're about to talk about, and I didn't understand that either. Like, why would anyone have anything against Keith Lee? Oh, well, not saying that he had something against him, but why are you like talking to him that way?
I'm with you. I don't even want to play the video because like the Breakfast Club is so annoying with their like copyright foolishness. But anyway, he called.
Oh, sorry. I think I'm.
No, you go ahead.
To say. When he called him like a good food reviewer or whatever, he was like, "You're just a."
You are a hood.
Like, no, he said something. He like stood up for himself.
Are his food reviews good?
I don't know, but he's helped.
In the car and reviews food.
Yeah, like he doesn't have a degree. He's not trained, and that's fine. I like the food. I don't like the food. The idea that you see a black guy doing what he's doing and like whatever. I don't know this man, so I'm not even in support of Keith Lee. I don't know him. But the fact that the first thing okay, it could have been anyone else, but the fact that this scamming person, DJ Envy, who is a whole scammer, is gonna look someone in the eye talking about they do hood review is ridiculous to me. And then Charlemagne is saying, "Oh, DJ Envy, you're ghetto too, so it's fine." He's like, "No, I'm not. Girl, have you seen you? Have you seen you?" Like, I'm so confused as to how he's so delusional about who he is.
I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure people with bachelor's degree can taste better than people without.
See, but the thing is, like, even I think.
Why are you responding legitimately to Petty's foolishness?
I don't know. Like, I don't know why I was responding legitimately. But I mean, even like the Michelin star rating system, which is like, the one that, I think that couple, don't quote me, but I feel like they're the same people but anyway, they're not like professional food people. They just like were eating at restaurants, I think, and started giving them ratings. Like, that's how that type of thing starts. I don't understand what people want Keith Lee to do. Go to school to rate food? Like, that's not how it works.
Girl, look what Petty sent me. Petty, you play entirely too much, but since you did you took the time to go there.
Somebody said they are the car people. That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't want to.
Read this, Petty. Read what you sent me.
It appears to be some research from Cambridge University Press. Do people with lower IQ have weaker taste perception? A hidden supplementary table. And is the association between sweet and bitter perception due to genetic variation?
Why did you send this to me?
Do you, wait, first, is this eugenics? Do you think if we like breed out people who can't taste both ends of the...
Look, I don't believe. Why are you sending this to me? That's what I want to know.
Well, people just think I make up stuff. Like, if there's research to indicate that if you have a higher IQ, you can taste the food better.
Is that what this research says?
Actually, I would go in the reverse. It says people with a higher IQ have a more refined taste. That was my interpretation. People with a lower IQ have a more extreme range of what they taste instead of one that's refined. So it could be people with lower IQ can give you like more exciting descriptions of food. They can be like, have you ever heard of Pop Rocks?
No. Oh, yeah.
They probably can eat something like that and be like, oh, it tastes like fireworks because that's a flavor that they've unlocked. So.
They have more variation in what they have access. No, but it's not no lower IQ. I do think people in lower income areas might have develop different taste buds because of what we consistently eat. People from Jamaica, myself included, probably have a higher tolerance, not people in Jamaica, let me not typecast Jamaicans, but might have a higher tolerance for spice, for example. So I think your taste buds could develop based on what you're consistently exposing it to. But I'm not about to read this research with you because I don't know why you sent it to me.
And like no one is doing like the people. Did anyone give any of these people an IQ test? I'm not talking about the people in the study because obviously, maybe they, control for that. But
Patty didn't read this. Patty Googled it and then sent it to us.
See, what happened was
I don't know when I'm supposed to respond to Petty or you because you do it.
Said I was lying, and I was like, no, I've read that somewhere before.
Michelin food review started so they can sell
tired people. Yeah, it was them.
Hey, Sin, welcome.
Hi,
so DJ Envy, let's play it. I'm gonna play it. I don't know if we're gonna get copyright strike. By the way, if you haven't, go to patreon.com/Cynthia G. I think she put out a video today for her videos. Someone, moderators, drop it in the chat, please, so I can post it up. All right, let me play this.
Couple of months and years because you're a food critic.
Absolutely.
But you're a food critic the hood way. Like you pull up to the spot and you eat it in the car. Pause.
I wouldn't say the hood way. I just eat food.
When you say New York is cold, explain to people when you get service in New York compared to service in Detroit, compared to service in the South.
Culture is different. The people are different. When I walked in, you asked me, or you said that I'm a ghetto food critic. So it's like that alone embodies what New York is.
That's New York.
Embodies what New York is. So it's like New York is cold. Mm-hmm. They play with you a lot. Mm-hmm. But I got thick skin. So it's like what you say to me don't bother me. I just don't like when places or people go to these small restaurants and they get that energy that you gave me.
I didn't say ghetto. But you're a food critic the hood way. Pause.
It's the same thing. That energy that you gave me when they give it to small restaurants, that's what I don't like. But when you give it to me, I don't mind.
No, it's not the same because I'm from the hood, but I'm not ghetto. I'm from Queens, but I call that the hood, but it's not ghetto.
You are so ghetto.
I'm not.
You think you're not ghetto.
Not.
You one of the most ghettoest niggas we ever met in our lives.
I'm not.
Are you out of your mind?
You got a t-shirt on? Huh? You got a t-shirt on right now?
He got a white beater.
He got a white beater on, but he said he's not ghetto. It's 20 degrees outside and it's raining.
Okay. I got a jacket. Paying him no attention.
I got a jacket.
Okay.
Now,
it's very bold of him to call someone ghetto while wearing a wife beater. That was very bold.
Right? Well, it's not. Why are we so quick to I don't mind critiquing
that's doing diminish someone that's doing something good.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. Like I could never see someone doing well. I don't even really like Charlemagne, but I'm glad Charlemagne pointed out, girl, you so ghetto, like leave that man alone. Like, what are you doing? So why would DJ Envy do that? It feels like these men are jealous of Keith Lee. A lot of these like lower ranking celebrities, men, seem to be jealous of him for some reason. Like the sharp guy had some other washed up basketball player. And then he's like, "Oh, you need to stop talking down to black business." And then he came back and said his daughter was mad at him for attacking Keith Lee. But I see a conversation happening where these men seem to like be attacking him for I don't know what reason. Like I don't understand it. And when you have someone in and you're like, "Oh, you are a hood food critic," I would probably leave. Like it's so disrespectful. It's so dismissive. It's like even if he's not a real food critic in your mind, he's doing something or trying something that is going well for him. At least like talk to him about it. Talking about your hood. I don't like Charlotte. I don't like DJ Envy, and I hope the feds hurry up and come and like bring him to prison because like no, 'cause, like. You're out here scamming people talking about you not ghetto. How are you not ghetto when you have a whole pyramid scheme? So taking people's money, building houses and not building houses, but claiming you're going to build houses in the hood. Like upselling people. That is that is the most ratchet thing. Like, remember when you were in university and you went to those people's house and then they pull out a PowerPoint. They pull out a PowerPoint and you know instantly that you are in a pyramid. You're about to get a pyramid scheme pitch. That's what DJ Envy gives. It's the most hood thing I know. The most ghetto thing I know. Sorry.
It's like people sometimes when people see someone doing well or people receiving lots of positive, feedback or whatever, it's almost like they want to humble them or make them feel like you're not so special type of thing, which I don't understand why people do that. Like, what is the point? I think it speaks to a bigger issue, a deeper issue, but like, why? Especially like someone that didn't do anything to you. Like Keith Lee, I don't understand. I don't understand Keith Lee hate at all. And I'm not saying that DJ Envy hates him, but I'm just saying, why would he even do that?
I don't know what's hood about it. He can't go into the restaurant because they will treat him differently. So he has to sit in the car. Sorry, go ahead.
And he even mentions it all the time. He says he sends his family in, so that they don't try to give him special service or whatever. That's the only way he can do it. If he walks in there, he's going to get special treatment and he doesn't want that. So
DJ Envy just living up to his name at this point. Envy. Go ahead, Patty.
I was gonna say that thing people do where I don't know why they're insulting him for no reason. I feel like they do that towards black people specifically, because when he was like, "What is hood?" Oh, well, you eat the food in your car. Do white people like teleport outside of their car when they go to McDonald's and stand outside in the cold and eat the food? Or like, are there white celebrities who are too famous to go inside restaurants and so they send someone in to get food for them and wait in their car and eat in their car? Yeah, that exists. So it feels like hood doesn't really mean anything. It's just a way for them to demean somebody that's black. Outside of that, maybe they're upset because I think people were saying Keith Lee is attacking Atlanta culture or something by reviewing food.
He should have dragged them. I wish I was the one who I wish I was the one who went to Atlanta and reviewed their food. I wish I was. The food is good, by the way, usually in the restaurant. The service is crap.
I think you're lying.
The service has always been crap for me in Atlanta. Always.
I think you're lying.
I
think you're lying.
Period. I made a joke that if people were nice to me in a Jamaican restaurant, I wouldn't eat there. Because like it didn't seem authentic.
Aww.
Like people need to get their customer service up. And there was this lady. I hate citing people on YouTube and not giving them their credit. There was this lady who did a Keith Lee review, and she did this video essay was very well done in my mind. But it was talking about black people and whether or not black businesses and black service people servers are just bad. And she came to the conclusion ultimately that it's not just the Black people being bad, it's the area they're in, them being overworked, and them not respecting necessarily their clientele. Because if you go to Sweet Green, it is filled with Black employees, and they're very sweet and kind and nice to the people who come in there, right? And it says something about the socioeconomic position of the place you are, in terms of how you treat the people who come in and how the people who come in treat the servers. I think it's a symbiotic relationship. So I'm not going to blame the customers or the servers generally, but it's something we do need to fix.
I disagree. I think it would be the same across all races, but people tend to hyperfixate on Black people. Maybe you could argue that.
No, that's
maybe
not true.
you could argue before you go that probably poorer people, maybe, I don't know, since negative.
Oh yeah, well that's what I'm saying. Sorry if it wasn't clear. I think it's a socioeconomic thing as opposed to like a race thing necessarily.
Yeah, because I was reading some stuff that said Black people were likely to experience discrimination in stores from white people, Asian people, or whoever, but they were just likely to expect it and feel like it's just a part of everyday life. I don't have the citation for that currently, so grain of salt, but that makes me feel like, okay, maybe it's not like specifically Black businesses or Black hairstylists or restaurants or whatever who are being rude towards Black people, but that you go in other places and you kind of expect it. So maybe it's just jarring for Black people to do the same thing and you have a higher expectation. Fair, but I don't know that I would say it's different. What about
it is different though? It is different based on socioeconomic level. I think people there's a notion that there are people who deserve X, Y, and Z, and you deserve it based on your perceived socioeconomic status. And in the US, your race does say something about your, not reality, but from people's perception, your race does say something about your socioeconomic status. And when you have a Sweet Green, for example, in a predominantly busy young professional area in Midtown, for example, they're going to be nicer than the Popeyes in the hood for a lot of different reasons.
Okay, so you're at like a wealthy white establishment with white people serving you. You feel like the customer service there would
No, I'm saying a wealthy establishment where Black people are serving you is
but
better.
in a area where white traffic is heavy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not white necessarily. It's just like it is known that they have more access to resource. People tend to do more and are kinder, maybe because they want more tip, maybe because they feel like if they mess up, this could actually be their job. And people are more respectful generally to people who they think have a higher socioeconomic standing.
Okay, I don't disagree.
Oh.
I think a lot of things go into it. I agree with that. And also I think like sample size is different. And like, you know, a lot of Black people live in or near like major metropolitan areas. So like, I don't know, sample size is different. Like if you only go to however many Black businesses and like a couple of them are horrible, it seems like, oh my goodness, Black businesses are this way. Whereas you go to way more non-Black businesses and like a few of them being bad, it doesn't have as big of an impact, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I think a lot of things play into the reasons, like what y'all were talking about, and also the perception that people have about businesses based on the race of the people. Yeah.
No, I think race does matter though, because race is divided along socioeconomic lines. And so when I say it is a socioeconomic thing, what I'm saying is it's not intrinsically Black, but it is Black because of socioeconomic standing.
So like I get what you're saying. Like there are higher numbers of Black people in certain situations.
Yeah, per capita, yeah.
So why don't people say like I have an issue with poor restaurants serving me. Why do people specifically say Black restaurants? If it's not like, I understand Black people are more likely to be poor, but why not say poor if that's the issue?
Because they're preferring to the owner or the what, not even the owner necessarily, because we didn't own KFC and McDonald's, right? But like, we're talking about the areas where Black people frequent. We're talking about the culture that is created around a specific restaurant. I don't disagree with you that a more accurate statement would be that this low income or this whatever, as opposed to this Black thing. So I don't disagree with you.
Do you think people are more uncomfortable saying that? After we just talked about how people would are more respectful of people who they think are.
No, I think we've racialized poverty. We've racialized poverty. So even though in raw numbers you're more white people than Black people impoverished, the per cap, as a percentage of the population, we are disproportionately represented in the underclass and the lower class, let's say that. And the media and everything that we know has made it really sort of acceptable to say Black is poverty. I don't actually. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Do you think saying Black is poverty in conversations like this, where Keith Lee comes in the scene, and it feels like I saw like a lot of racism, in my opinion, in my feed after this, and like on my TikTok and For You, from white people, and maybe some I wouldn't call it racism, but like anti-Blackness, specifically from Black YouTubers and such. Because Keith Lee came in here and said he had a bad experience at a restaurant, and people was like, yeah, we need to talk about y'all Black hairstylists, you Black women always being late, and y'all want this deposit. Why are y'all so terrible? That's why I go to Asian women to get my nails did, and that's why I go to white women to get my hair braided. I don't know why, but it feels like the way the conversation was framed doesn't feel like, oh, people just use Black synonymously with poverty because of how it affects us disproportionately. It feels like it's specifically done to be racist or anti-Black.
I don't think it's to be
anti-Black. Using Keith Lee as an excuse.
Wait. Atlanta is a Black city with Black people operating a lot of businesses. If your experience of these Black businesses is what Keith Lee experience is, and you vocalize it, I think saying Black is fine.
Okay, so you're talking about Atlanta specifically, and you believe the discourse online is about Atlanta specifically, not all Black.
No, I'm not saying it's about Atlanta specifically. I'm saying people have coming. There is a underbelly, there's a bubbling up of issues happening around Black people. And I don't think we have created the infrastructure required for training of Black talent in service areas, in business ownership, in a lot of things. And so we are behind in a lot of ways when it comes to what good customer service is. This is not for all Black businesses, but most people's expression of what happens when they support Black business is that the customer service wasn't good. Even if the product itself was good, their experience there was not good. And this is not to say that this is true across the board, but I don't think we should hide behind, oh, it's racist to point it out. I don't think it's racist to point it out and tell Black businesses to step their game up when it comes to customer service. You should.
I don't think it's inherently racist to point out like that a business needs to step up its customer service, but I do know that like racism is ingrained like in the fabric of our society, and even amongst Black people, I think there's less grace given. It's not even I think, like there's been research on these types of things to people that are Black. Like it's like some people may expect like, man, I'm going to this Black owned business, you know, this is going to happen. So if you go in with that, and I'm not saying like, if you just go in with a better attitude, things will be different. I'm not saying it like that. But I do think there are like so many different things at play when it comes to this, because Themis, I agree with everything you were saying. And Petty, I also agree with what you were saying. Like, it's not just one thing. There are lots of things. Some people have a higher expectation of Black people than they do of another race of people. Some people have been treated the exact same by a non-Black person as a Black person, and they'll be like, oh, the Black one was rude type of thing. So like, people do that. Like, that's just something people do. But that doesn't take away, like, you know, the things that you were saying, Themis, either. It's just a lot. I think that a lot of things need to happen concurrently to address the situation.
I mean, I give Black businesses a lot of grace because we are behind I expect us to be behind the curve on a lot of things. But what I'm not going to do is pretend like personally, anecdotally, let's stop doing it broad, because I don't think we have the research to do this broadly. My experiences in Black businesses have not been great. They have not been great. New York, name the city, and I'm there, and I will find a Black business, specifically find a Black business to support, and I hate it. I not always hate it, but it's always not great. And this comment right here is very important. When I tip at a white business, like, everyone knows my name. The where I work, when I go to the coffee shops or whatever, everyone knows who I am, and everyone says hello, and it's a fun time. Restaurants, I know my place. Even for Black business, where I am tipping 100%, and I'm being as nice as I can be, and it's always a mess. Not always, but most of the time it's a mess. So I mean, it is what it is. But maybe that's anti-Black. I don't know, but that's been my personal experience.
Do you think since we're talking about like average Black business culture, how is average Black in what's it called when you use someone's service, customer? No, not customer service. That wouldn't be the right thing to say. But like, how does the average Black customer act? Do you think it's mutual, or is it just like the business?
No, that's what I opened with. I think there is a symbiotic relationship with the customer and the business. Yes.
Okay. Something that I found in general, regardless of the race of the person, is that like, and it doesn't work every time, but usually, even if you see somebody with the attitude, like, you can tell based on how they were maybe talking to the person before you or whatever the case may be. Sometimes if you like don't give that attitude back, you know, it's better in my experience.
Oh, it doesn't work for me because I don't give attitude. Particularly if you're working over my food, I will never give you an attitude. I will eat the wrong food.
No, I'm saying like, if you're really nice, like sometimes, like let's say you go to a restaurant and you can tell the waitress is maybe having a bad day or whatever, but you're really nice. Like, I think sometimes that helps.
Oh yeah, no, I am over, and I don't want to sound like I have bad experiences all the time, because I really don't. But it's usually like when people are like shouting to other patrons, like, move out of the way, or like, just like, no.
I don't know. My therapist was like, don't do that. You never know what someone's going through. I don't care.
That's how I try to look at it. Like,
but I don't care. Go through it at home. That's how I feel.
I don't think, and this is not a race thing, by the way. This is not, from my perspective, a race thing. This is a lack of training and infrastructure. In the way that, let's see, a fast food, Chick-fil-A has like very specific training and like it seemed like they care about the experience of people who go there. And so like, I just would like for people who are working in this area to like at least be okay with their job. Like, I'm not saying it's a great, amazing job, but like, if you choose to do the job, hopefully like you don't like take out the fact that you don't like your job on me. Like, I didn't.
So you would like support a living wage for those people and like money invested maybe from the city into not infrastructure, but maybe training or getting those people up to adequate like Chick-fil-A levels.
Chick-fil-A levels.
I don't understand your question. Do I support higher minimum wage?
We want them to feel like they want to be there. So I'm like, okay, salary increase, but we also don't have the infrastructure you say. So maybe the city like invest in Black business, take like a page from JP Morgan's book or whichever bank was giving out that loan to Black women.
I mean, I don't care. Like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm not anti-funding business, but I don't think that's the government's job. So, like, if the government is creating higher wages, minimum wage, I'm in support of like higher minimum wage.
Oh, I'm saying for Atlanta specifically because I know they put money into, like, a lot of money into the police department. Maybe they could have put it into Black people. I would have supported a second stimulus, race-based. I think maybe 1,000 for Black people and 500 for mixed race.
Girl, I'm just here to talk about reparations. So, like, if we're not talking about reparations, I don't care.
Oh, well, I'll end my thoughts on that by saying I also noticed that critiques that weren't about Black business generally were about Black women's businesses. I noticed for some reason I couldn't put my finger on it until today.
I will critique Black women's business. I went to get my hair twisted, and that was one of the worst customer service, worst experience I've ever had in my life, and I will never go back to that person.
That's not my issue.
Never.
My issue isn't that you critique a Black woman's business. My issue is outside of talking about the Black community broadly, it feels like critique was disproportionately levied towards Black women and Black women businesses like hairstylists or nail techs or braiders, etc. And I couldn't put my finger on why until I realized that they have the businesses. So you have to have the business to get the critique.
You gotta have business to get critique. To be fair, most Black business, particularly in Atlanta, are in the healthcare industry. And I think a lot of people have this really bad misconception around Black businesses as if they're like hair and nail shops or whatever. And those are good. And they should not be critiqued and they should be defended. But please note that the healthcare industry is thriving with Black businesses. And those businesses have top tier customer service. And I think we should not get like sort of distracted by the food industry and the hair and nail industry and those things. But to be clear, the stories I've heard from women trying to get their hair braided, trying to get their nails done, and people canceling it sounds a mess. It sounds like the people who are doing it are a mess, and they need to be trained.
I tried to defend Black women today. I said, I can't believe, I was talking to my friend and I was like, I can't believe that people would levy these heavy-handed critiques toward Black women's businesses with braiding and hairstyling. She was like, oh, I can't stand when I go to, she joined right on in. I won't say what she said, but she joined right in. And I was like,
me?
Nope.
Your girlfriend was mad at you and was like, I can't stand them either.
Yeah, my white girlfriend. She was like, I can't stand those braiders. I tried, y'all, but everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. This woman just like she combed my hair with Eco Styler gel in it. Didn't wash it. She braided my hair like I washed my hair with twists. No, she was out of line. She was out of pot. Like, I was like, are you going to wash my hair? She was like, it's too much work.
This is why I refuse. Like I said last time, I refuse. Mm-hmm.
How are you going to sit there and look at me and tell me it's too much work? When I see the package, like wash, undo, wash, and twist. I undid my twist. Now I'm here to get it washed and retwisted, and you're going to tell me washing it is too much work.
Oh, that was part of the actual package?
Yes.
You had a wash and go, and she made you do the wash? And she did the go.
She didn't wash my hair. Was not. I had to wash my hair, and it wasn't washed properly. When I came home, the things are messed up because like I washed it with this.
Why didn't you
go? I just have to wash this eco styler out.
Why didn't you go to a hair washer?
She is the hair washer.
That's her job, actually.
No, she's a. I don't know. She's a braider or something.
Oh, so y'all are trying to get as much as y'all can out of these people, and it's not in their job description.
The thing is, I actually like how it like I heard my hair breaking, right? So like all of this is like breaking, like it's not it's a mess. But I do like the end result. So, but it's just like I need to find someone else. Someone that I need a lace front.
I wish I knew a person, like a regular person. They don't even have to be like a hair person specifically, but just like a friend that could do my hair, because I can't deal with the hair style stuff that people are always talking about.
Theme is she could get away. She knew she could get away with her behavior with you. She saw your kindness as weakness. It is a weakness, but it's a weakness that I know how to solve. I will never go back to her. So instead of getting paid twice what you would have gotten paid, you will be getting nothing. Funny enough, if she was like complaining that like it's taking too long, I don't like to inconvenience people, particularly people that I like their work. So like, girl, I would have paid you whatever, not whatever, but like I would have paid you for my hair if you just like took time and gave it care. Because I actually like your work, but you are so mean, and so wrong. And so
your hair is this is the same hair from that person, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's holding up very well.
Yeah.
Weeks and it still looks very new.
Yeah. No, I'm here for her work, but I'm not here for her customer service. She needs to get that together.
Themis, do you think that, so I know we talked about like small businesses or like businesses run by Black people or whatever. Do you think in general, even at major corporations, that Black customer service is worse than that of people from other races?
No, I think once we get training, we're good. Like some of the things like, and there is like, I don't know, there's maybe because I am Black, so it's easier to connect with Black people. So when like people are like in a good mood or whatever, when I go to like a Black establishment where it's like very well trained and people like to be there, it's usually a good time. But it's usually mixed, so I don't know. It's usually mixed. It's usually not just like Black owned. That's why I see me show her and you choose better. I will choose better. Do you wear a bonnet to bed? No, I fall asleep mostly on my couch, but I don't put anything over my head. I used to wear do-rag, but it's too much work, and I don't like the line coming in.
Get a satin pillowcase.
Someone said silk.
I like satin. Silk? No. Maybe, but I have satin. Because I always forget my thing. I just recently started wearing bonnets and I never remember to put them on, and my hair gets so tangled. It's already just naturally tangled, but even more tangled. So now I try to have the satin pillowcase so that
I can't imagine your hair getting twisted.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just
it looks so much. Like it is so full.
I need a person that's just a regular person that lives near me to be like, I just come over, watch some TV. I'll do your hair. That would be the perfect situation. I don't want to go to a place where you have to wash your own hair. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Are you in a place like where I moved from? I was in the middle of nowhere. There were only white people. There was one Black braider, and she was holding us hostage. Talk about, I can't get you for the next 2 months, but I can get you this weekend, but it's going to be $275. And I said $275, and she said $275. And I said for the 2-strand twist, and she said for the 2-strand twist. And I said, okay.
Wait, how much was your hair? Two what?
2-strand twist.
Yeah, how much was it?
$275 if I wanted it that weekend. Or
for your hair?
Yes, or I could be on the my hair was shorter than it is now, by the way.
$275?
So I could be on the 2 or 3 month long waiting.
You say $275. You mean like $275?
No, $275. The number, yes, $275.
Is that a normal price?
That's if I wanted it in a reasonable time, or I could be put on a 3-month waiting list.
3 months.
She's the only black grader. In town. I could literally put her info in the IDGAB.
3-month waiting list. Well, I mean, but $275 seems steep, but I don't know.
Petty's lying. I don't believe Petty.
I don't know the prices. Like I said, I haven't got my hair done.
She had us stressed out, and I need y'all to stress out the like button. I tried.
I think I got my hair done in high school. Maybe college.
You haven't gotten your hair done since college?
I haven't gotten my hair done in at least 15 years. More than that, but at least 15.
That's literally like 3 years younger than I am.
I just don't like, I mean, I don't want to risk it.
Petty, are you putting that in the chat to say black people leave smaller tips? Why? Explain yourself. Black people on average leave smaller tips. This, by the way, is why I tip so highly, but I hate tipping. So if we didn't have a reputation of not tipping, I wouldn't tip. I should tip based on your performance. That's it. So
it's kind of a respectability thing.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I feel like I'm carrying the race on my shoulder. That's why I tip. But if you're up to me, you will only get tip based on how you perform. Like if you don't give me a smile and my water is not filled, the tip is going down. That's how I want to do it.
You know, it's a fun pastime. Make a fake Reddit account. There's a Reddit called DoorDash. Go there. All they do is complain about these people don't tip. Go there and make posts and be like, I don't tip. I don't think y'all deserve it. And start arguing with them. They love to argue about that all day. I don't think we should be tipping. As an employee, why are you mad at me because your boss doesn't pay you enough?
Yeah, no, the idea of tipping is ridiculous to me when I came to America.
Yeah, I think that, the system needs to change. But since we know that the system is what it is, I think people should tip if they're going somewhere and being served.
I want to clarify.
We're not being served. You're getting paid by your employer to serve, like to do what you do. Tips are not mandatory. Tell that to the 15% that comes off my comes on my bill automatically.
I want to clarify. I don't avoid tipping because of like intentionally being malicious. I don't have the money. I went to a restaurant and I wanted to remember that thing you showed us earlier in this video where the man was like, hand me the money under the table. I wanted to impress my friends. So we went to a restaurant and not only did I say I would cover the bill, which I knew I didn't have, but it's fine because credit cards don't charge until the end of the month. So I can really just push that worry back and I can find a way to get the money in the meantime. But the waitress came and she was like, wow, that's a big bill. I hope you guys are going to leave a good tip. I don't know why she said that at all. I have no idea why she said that at all. See, and this, maybe you're right. Maybe black people are like, do this and we should hold them accountable when they do stuff like this at their job. But anywho, I said something I've never said again in my life. What do you think you deserve? What do you think you deserve? She said $75. I said, okay, let me rephrase. Let me rephrase the question. What do you think I can afford? She said $75 again. So I was like, okay, I'll put this $6.53 in there because I had 2 quarters and 3 pennies in my pocket. So you're not just gonna get $6 today. You're gonna get a little extra on that $600 bill. I didn't go back there. I think my friends go back there though.
I took my family to Dave and Buster's. I don't know why. And I tipped because no one ate the food there. Like we just ordered the food, and I felt bad, so I tipped I'm not going to say what I tipped. And the lady left and came back with shots for the table. So usually when you tip, well, like the people are so nice, but the food was crap. So you like want to tip more. Like I don't know. Like I want to tip people who are good people. And they came back with shots. So I do appreciate those kind of service. Not I deserve a tip. If you tell me you deserve a tip, I'm probably not going to give it to you.
But does anyone say I deserve a tip?
That's what you didn't hear Petty's story just now.
I thought we weren't supposed to listen to
Petty lying. We know Petty lying.
No, I'm not lying. It's when you said you went to I just unsent this. I sent it to the group chat, but I just unsent it because I sent y'all. I went to a what Dave? You said Dave and Buster's? Is that what you said you did? And you said nobody ate the food. And that reminded me of this time. TurboTax. TurboTax. They had a seafood boil. They had a seafood boil. That made me sick.
Go away. What do you mean TurboTax had a seafood boil? To be fair, I get what you're saying. Like, who goes to Dave and Buster's to eat? We didn't go there to eat. We went there to play games, and we went to the restaurant section. I didn't get
that at all. Themis.
I
didn't get that at all. And now it's funny. Okay. I think you have to explain Petty's like things so that I can get it.
Oh wait, you didn't understand why he was saying he went to TurboTax?
No, I was very confused.
Somebody said.
Then when you explained it, I was like, "Oh, that's funny."
Somebody said they got like a curry goat and
I need you.
AutoZone. Yeah.
Oh, it looked like there were people in the chat who didn't get it either.
No, yeah, AutoZone had like. Curry goat.
Is this because you've known Petty for longer than I've known him, or is this like a superpower that you have? Or am I just very deficient when it comes to like people's sarcasm?
So I don't know Petty. I think a lot of people on here think I know Petty. Like Petty might be collecting data to drag me. I don't know. Petty, do we know each other?
No, y'all don't even know I was promoted to
than me. Than I have.
I've actually been a janitor 3 for 2 months. Nobody knows. Y'all don't know me.
There's no way you met Petty at the same time that we met.
No, Petty and I started talking as like the same time you and I started talking, like behind the scenes.
Really?
Like, yeah, we did never. I don't know this.
I feel like you and Petty are like.
I used to be a panelist, like Dean or the orange guy.
Y'all get each other's jokes and stuff, like
we finish each other's.
We don't get each other's jokes at all.
Now I'm really confused. Okay, well,
it's the male brain.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. Oh my God, I thought you knew Petty for a long time before you knew me.
We met at the seafood boil at AutoZone.
Petty, now that's really funny. That was a good one, Petty.
Girl, yo, I'm gonna say someone said Petty and I were in a relationship, but I'm like he brought his man over there, and I was like, y'all do know. I don't even know how tall this man is. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God! Remember when I think I asked you, Themis, or I might have asked all of you. I might have asked at one of our like meetings or whatever, because the art in the background, I was like, how tall is Petty? I thought he was really tall based on like the proportions of the people. Mm-hmm. And Themis, I also thought you were really tall. Like, I don't know how tall anyone is because we've never met in person, but like the picture in the background, y'all all look really tall.
Yeah, I'm 5'2".
No way, because I'm 5'2".
No.
Well, I'm 5'2 3/4. I'm 5'3".
He's 5'7".
I'm 5'2".
He gives his foot swings a little off the chair.
It swings a lot. It swings a lot.
Wait, let's get into Jonathan Majors real quick. Completely forgot there was a whole show happening. How tall is Themis? Tall enough.
Just everyone can just refer to the art in the background. Annalisa.
No, they can, because I specifically made myself taller than everyone. But I don't know if I'm taller than everyone. I think Petty is 5'8". I am 5'9".
So you're tall, Themis.
No, that's average. And Annalisa is 5'10", and you are 5'2", right?
Yeah.
5'3".
5'3". I just made up all those heights, by the way. I literally made up every single one, including my own.
I think people who are 5'9" are tall. I think if you're like half a foot taller than me, you're tall.
Wait. Well, you just said your height. Drop how tall y'all think Petty is, and then I'll do mine after.
I'm canonically 5'4". I had a whole.
We don't care, Petty. Drop how tall you think Petty is. I stand on my wallet. Period. Period.
Oh, we're talking about wallet height. Well, maybe like negative. I don't know.
Negative.
No, Petty's 5'11".
Everyone always thinks I'm way taller because I always wear my hair out. And I'm like, that's my hair. If you count from like my head, like where my head ends, no, I'm like almost 5'3".
Ooh, someone guessed it correctly. Look at that. 12 feet. You got me, guys. I'm caught. How embarrassing being so tall. That's 12 feet, right? Not 12 inches.
1 is feet and 2 are inches.
All right. Let's read this. Who want to read this?
I can read it. Jonathan Majors was found guilty on Monday of 2 of the 4 counts brought against him. The 9-person jury found the actor guilty of misdemeanor assault and harassment in connection with the March 25th incident that erupted, according to Manhattan prosecutors, between Majors and his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. Following the verdict, the judge ordered a new order of protection and set the sentencing date for February 6th. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg said his office is committed to centering survivors in all of our work, and thanked Jabari for bravely telling her story despite having to relive her trauma on the stand. The evidence presented throughout this trial illustrated a cycle of psychological and emotional abuse and escalating patterns of coercion far too common across the many intimate partner violence cases we see each and every day, Bragg said in a statement. In a statement to NBC News, Majors attorney Priya Chaudhry said, "It is clear that the jury did not believe Grace Jabari's story of what happened in the SUV because they found that Mr. Majors did not intentionally cause any injuries to her. We are grateful for that. We are disappointed, however, that despite not believing Ms. Jabari, the jury nevertheless found that Mr. Majors was somehow reckless while she was attacking him." Mr. Majors, Mr. Majors is great. Keep going. I can read the rest. I love reading aloud.
Wait, where are we?
Mr. Majors. Oh, higher.
Oh, I thought you were like, keep going down. I was like, what?
No, I was asking if you wanted me to keep going.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Mr. Majors is grateful to God, his family, his friends, and his fans for their love and support during these harrowing eight months. Mr. Majors still has faith in the process and looks forward to fully clearing its name, Chaudhry added. The verdict appeared to have an immediate effect on Majors' career in Hollywood, including its key role in the future of the Marvel superhero franchise. Marvel Studios will not be moving forward with the actor who plays the villainous King of the Conqueror and had been slated to appear in 2026's Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. According to a source with direct knowledge of the decision, during the 2-week trial, Jabari took the stand For several days, Majors did not testify. Jabari testified that throughout their relationship, she was scared of Majors and also feared he would hurt himself if she left him. In their opening statement, prosecutors said Majors slapped Jabari in the face and fractured the middle finger on one of her hands after she took his phone. Street surveillance footage from the night shows Jabari getting out of the SUV and Majors picking her up and putting her back into the car. Prosecutors claimed the actor threw her back inside the vehicle like a football. Majors, 34, has denied striking Jabari, and his lawyers contend he was actually the victim and suffered scratches.
There are a ton of videos and video cams and body cams. I don't care. He abused this woman. He should be locked up, but these are misdemeanors, so he won't be. I don't think. All right. How do you think Megan Good is doing? Because this is a choice.
Is that his girlfriend? Like his actual girlfriend?
Mm-hmm. She be modeling in and out of the court by his side. How is you as a woman able to stand beside this man on trial for abusing another woman, just modeling in and out of the court? I'm concerned for her.
Why does she go? Does she go to court with him?
Yeah. Yes.
So do you know what's interesting? I actually read a Reddit thread maybe like a couple of days ago, completely unrelated to this, but about a similar sentiment. And it was some man who, the name of the Reddit is like Change My Mind or something like that, where you come in with your views and the people are supposed to respond with something that's supposed to change your mind on your views. And his view was that there's not a lot that a man can do to protect himself from false allegations. And
Sorry.
And basically, there was a woman who describes an event that happened between two of her friends, a woman and a man, and how she wanted to believe the woman, but her male friend is just like so kind, so polite. He does so much good in his community. Like, he seems like such an amazing character. And people were responding to her, pointing out the idea that men can present a different face to the public than they do in the private light. Men can present a different face to their friends privately than they do to their relationship privately. And the idea that like someone who assaults somebody or abuses someone is going to be holistically a monster and they will have glaring red flags is not always true. And the fact that someone will stand behind a monster who calls himself a monster as he threatened to unalive himself aids with abusers being able to get away, because people have that perverted view of what an abuser looks like in their mind. So unless a man has like tentacles coming out of his back or claws or something, people think there's no way he would do something like that. So maybe Megan Good is delusional.
Or maybe she's trying to get that bag. Watch how many photo ops of them we now that the trial is over. We shall see. I'm gonna be watching.
It's crazy. He just became best friends with Michael Jordan. Haven't seen Michael Jordan around lately after that.
So, how do I put this properly? I think that I'm trying to be kind because Kay said to be kind. Kay never said this, but I'm assuming Kay want me to be kind. Seeing these men on Twitter and Instagram, and two of them on YouTube, talking about how, this is a system trying to take down a black man. It's so annoying. It is so annoying to me because it's like, why are you trying to identify with this? Like,
it feels like I have like several points that I wanted to go through because I was just trying to understand the other side being people who still support Jonathan Majors after he's been convicted of assault and harassment. And as much as I tried to understand the other side, I couldn't. So I tried to summarize their points as best I could, and I was just going to give them to you two, since I'm sure between the two of you, you have more intellectual rigor than I could ever bring to this conversation. So maybe you can work through what I can't, because I can't see what they're seeing. So
go ahead.
Let's start. People are saying that she ran in the same direction that Jonathan Majors was running in a still photo or video. And because of that, the abuse did not happen. What say you to that? That's the whole argument. I didn't
Wait, repeat the argument.
The argument is that I'm trying to summarize the argument, but basically there are comments that are like, we are in a country where you can get charged as a man for running away. And I didn't know Jonathan Majors was on trial for running away. I didn't know.
Because they're dusty and they don't look and they don't watch. So the video they're talking about, Sin actually showed this video too. He grabbed something from her, ran with her phone, I'm assuming. She runs after him, and everyone clicked that video of her running after him, talking about, he can be the abuser. Huh?
I saw people taking that clip and saying, see, here's the full context with just that clip.
Yeah. And by the way, these are the men always crying about full context, but they're like, how can he be the abuser? She's running after him. Mind you, if you continue to play the clip, you would see her stopping to talk to someone, and Jonathan Major turns back and goes up to her, and they'll go in the car and leave.
I think this points out one of my main issues with the trial. It feels like people who side with Jonathan Majors specifically are ignoring evidence and cherry picking what they want to look at. And if you want to look at something holistically and you think maybe this woman is like a white devil and maybe you have something to say to black men who partner with white women, Umar or whoever is commenting on this right now, don't know, then sure, you can say that about all of the evidence holistically, but it feels weird for people to be upset that he was found guilty of anything at all when he was found guilty of what he did and that there's evidence he did. So in my mind, you would have to be ignoring the evidence completely to be on his side.
What they're trying to do is like they want to speak to like racism and like this is someone trying to take down a good black man. I mean, Jonathan thought he was such a good black man that his white girlfriend needed to act like Coretta and Michelle Obama.
What did this person say? This person said something so important. It was in a random comment section I was on because I love to be in the comments. But they were talking about the audacity of this man to be like, you need to act like Coretta Scott King. What does Martin Luther King act like? Does he act like Jonathan Major? What does Barack Obama act like? Does he act like Jonathan Majors? You got to have an incredible ego to be expecting someone to be greater than you act in a relationship with them.
That sounds like all of the pathology to me.
There were also, to touch on what you said, people who were saying that black men shouldn't date white women. This happens a lot of times whenever there's a scandal between a black man and a white woman.
Okay, pause. A bunch of black women came out and said this, and I'm like, this is not, oh my God, I'm so annoyed. I'm not annoyed with this. I'm annoyed with the sentiment. Like, black women are like, oh, if you were with us, this wouldn't happen. What wouldn't happen? What? Because was he not going to abuse you? Because y'all keep thinking that, oh, it's because he's dating a white woman. No, it's because he abused a white woman. Like, what the hell?
I think sometimes when people say that, because I've heard people say that too, like, if you, like, on his behalf, like, if you would have been with a black woman, you wouldn't have to be worried about this. But I think they say that meaning, like, a lot of black women aren't gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Which is horrible. Like, for that to be the argument.
That was one of my biggest issues with the Jonathan Majors camp online right now. Black men shouldn't date white women. That's a weird takeaway to have. And I hate how people turn something that I should agree with and they twist it into something that I think is vile and disgusting. Because I personally do believe we should have a conversation about the fact that a lot of black men would, in my mind, betray black women. And I say betray not because of dating out, but because it tends to come with like an explanation that nobody asked about why they think Black women are like
So
undesirable.
that's the part I disagree with too. Continue.
But these type of Black men comfortably betray Black women to be with a race of women that historically would have you like lynched and drowned. I'm thinking of Emmett Till specifically, or the Central Park Five, would have you like have this done to you for whistling or looking at them. So the idea of white women weaponizing their privilege against Black men, specifically in instances that involve law enforcement, and the idea that Black men still choose to date these women, I think that's something that's important to talk about. But again, I just find it disgusting how the only time this ever seems to make it into discourse in the Black community is when a Black man is accused of abusing a white woman, and people start saying he should have been with a Black woman, not because they think Black women are better or because they genuinely appreciate Black women, but because a Black woman, like Kay said, would probably be less likely to report the abuse. And even if she did, the police would probably be less likely to take it seriously, or the community would sweep it under the rug. So people who look at this situation and the lesson they take away is don't date white women, not like don't abuse women or don't put your hands on women, not don't tell the women that you're dating with they should act like Harriet Tubman. No, their takeaway is like don't date white women. Again, because presumably she will report if you abuse her. That just feels kind of disgusting to me.
Yeah, and that I mean, I would expect men to say that, but hearing women say this kind of like seeing the women in the chat just really, not the chat, the comment section of the Shade Room specifically, just really made me sad. Like it really made me sad because there's some that actually believe that like this is like the system going after a Black man, and like I'm confused as to where they got that from.
Skin color alone, no evidence or any supporting factors, just skin color. It has to be. People are also saying that she should be tried for abuse for some reason. I think because she tried to grab his phone. That's a weird defense for me, because if I remember right, isn't this almost eerily similar to what happened with Rihanna and Chris Brown, where she saw this text allegedly of him cheating, tried to grab his phone, and then his response is like nearly killing her. So I don't know if they feel like Jonathan should press charges for that. I don't know what the charges he would press are. But I do know he tried to press some charges already and they dropped the case because there wasn't any evidence to support that she did anything meaningful to him. So the case was dropped.
Yeah. Black women don't understand that them saying you should have stayed with Black women only makes Black men respect them less, because they shouldn't even desire Black men who date out. Yeah, like I don't understand it. Like, even if you're mad about something, or like, oh, our man shouldn't date out or whatever, putting it in the comment section is just bizarre to me. Saying you should have stayed with us because we wouldn't have what? Because if the onus is on you, the woman, right? What would you not have done if Jonathan Majors did the same thing to you that he did to that white woman? Are you saying we are open, we are ripe for abuse, and we won't do anything about it? Is that the marketing strategy? Because it's a terrible marketing strategy. It is a terrible marketing strategy for yourself and the women in your community.
Well, we knew they didn't excuse me.
What were you gonna say?
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying earlier, that I think that's why people say, oh, if he was with a Black woman, this wouldn't have happened. I don't think because those texts, was that last week that we read through the text messages?
Yep.
He like, what?
He's an abuser. Like, I don't know what people like. He's an abuser.
I also don't like how people are demonizing her since we bring up those texts. Even in the text messages, she's like trying to protect him. No, I won't go to the hospital, even though my forehead is this headache is killing me. This pain is killing me, and I would like some painkillers. But if I have to go, I'll try not to. I'll tell them that I just bumped my head or something. I won't tell on you. Or when the police came and got her, and she lied about him causing anything. Or when the first time back in March when she texted him and said, "Don't worry, I'm going to tell the police you didn't do anything to me because I don't want to get you in trouble," or something. Like, at every point, it feels like she's still trying to protect him. So until recently, now with the case.
Watch the men who drag her. They're abusive. I don't care. If you've never abused anyone in your life, I don't care. If you're dragging her for complaining or talking about her experience, you're an abuser. I don't care. Abuser, apologist, abuser, same thing for me. And the women who are like, "Oh, this is what white women do," blah blah. That's what you should do too. Whatever race you are, that's what you should do. If someone abuses you, the thing is, that's not even what you should do. You should actually actively call the police, actively engage with the police. Like, they had to force this woman into like a trial, right? She was going to lie to the police. She was going to lie to the doctors about why her head was hurting. Now, I don't know why her head was hurting, but I will assume it's because he did something to her, because she said, "I'm not about to tell them it was you." So I'm just going to assume you did something to her then too.
That's another thing. I saw people were upset and saying, "Oh, the detectives or the police convinced her to go to court, so it must be illegitimate." That feels ridiculous to me, because I know women personally who have been taken to the hospital or to speak to the police, and their face is bloody or they have gashes on their head, and they refuse to press charges because they're trying to protect their abuser. I think
Megan Thee Stallion literally was like, "I got cut by glass." She, forget Tory Lanez, she told a story about how she and her ex got into a physical fight because this guy was cheating on her, and they got into a fight. And the police came and asked her first, "Are you okay? Did he hit you?" She said no. And then when the police went to him and asked if she hit him, he said yes. Not that they were fighting. Now, she got arrested and he didn't. Y'all stop protecting people. When people are harming you, call the police. I say call the police. Always drag them. Go testify against them. Like, what do you mean? Black women have a lot of ways of showing their low self-worth, and this is one of them. These bandits prefer legal L's by Becky than to date black women. And they should take these legal L's when they are abusing people. When you abuse someone, you deserve consequences. Now, I don't understand why all these women are attacking this man's preference. She is his preference. That's who he chose. When these men are Megatroning up online talking about how do we protect ourselves from these women, you said they were more sweet, soft, and submissive, and you're still over there abusing them. You're still abusing them. You are still abusing these women. I don't understand why any group of women who were not selected would be mad at the woman selected who was abused. It's the same conversation with Cassie. I just realized that. We're like, I had a woman jump up here and tell me that Cassie was my jewel, and I'm just trying to protect Cassie, and Cassie is not innocent, and she know what she was getting into, and blah, blah. All this foolishness, and it's like, girl, how are you jealous of a woman who was just abused? Like, how? You know what I hate too? The fact that when you want one of his supporters to come forward, they don't. Because I need all the Jonathan Major supporters who are like, innocent until proven guilty. He was proven guilty. Where are you? Where you at? I want to talk now.
Let me Google Michael B. Jordan to see what he has to say about all this. He's been fairly quiet.
He thought he is the reason all this happened to him. If he wasn't cheating on her and had the side chick text him, none of that would have happened. Well, that's not what caused the problem. If you didn't put your hand on someone else, your hands on someone else, then none of this would have happened. But also don't cheat.
All I see is everyone absolves black men from experiencing accountability. The white woman is blamed, and black women wouldn't let it happen.
Yeah. Now, I have a picture to show y'all, because before I read this caption, I was so confused. This is me being petty. I was going to do Jamie Foxx, but I decided let that man live with his family. So when I read son with his daughter and his son, like his daughter looked like him. I didn't know this was his son. I didn't know this was his son. So I was very confused. But I'm like, oh, look at the happy family. I'm not going to make any commentary. I'm just like, period. This is why.
What's interesting is, well, I won't say that. I'll just put it in the private chat.
I never saw his kids.
Huh?
I don't think I've ever seen his kids.
Girl, me either, because she's racially ambiguous. He's not. He's not racially ambiguous. And these men are out here online talking about how they're creating more black people. Where? I don't know why I listen to people who know nothing about how genetics work. But period, it's a lovely family. Lovely family, girl. Outside of him cheating on every woman he's had with like 15 million women, the helper, everyone else. It's a lot.
Looks like one of his women might have been cheating too. Who knows? Possibly.
Girl. I mean, Tiger Woods is biracial, right? So, like, what? But, girl, are they from the same mom? I have questions.
Maybe it's the hat. Maybe he has some nappity under the hat.
You want to know something weird? You could never have told me that Tiger Woods would be the man out here cheating on everyone. Like, looking at him, this is why you know I can't bet. This, by the way, is how you know I can't bet. Because I look at Tiger Woods, and
Ooh,
I look at Tiger Woods, and I would argue with you prior to knowing anything about him that he's so unassuming and seems so sweet and kind. Meanwhile, he's just out here just running amok.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it would be golfers out of all the people. But I think golf, as far as sports, ranked third for infidelity. You would have guessed that.
Really? Wait,
I would have guessed. Not him specifically, but the people I know who play golf also play a lot of other things. The people who go golfing go do a lot of other things.
Yeah, I thought 1 and 2 would be football and basketball, but no, rugby. What is that? A lot of cheaters, apparently. Why is his afro boneless? He told them to take a little off the top, and they gave him this. Have you ever seen?
Did you just say took a little off the top?
Huh?
Did you just say took a little off the top?
Yeah, I think that's what he got.
These phantom follicles ain't.
It's interesting because it feels like somehow the hair is there, but not the follicles. Does that make sense? Like the bottom of the hair isn't there. It's just floating in the air, and it somehow moves around with his head, but it's not actually attached. That's interesting. And that's not like an ad hominem to say he looks bad, just a commentary on the boneless afro.
He about to open the book and start reading, and then it zooms into the actual TV show. The crypt. And I'm done. That's mean.
I wonder how many guest stars we've lost. Like maybe Tiger Woods was watching and he was like, I would have came on IDGAB before today. So that's him and the son's dad hugging in the second one? Or who is that?
This is him and his son.
Wait, in the second one? That's his son with the blue shirt?
Yeah, that's his son right here. The blonde son.
On the right side.
Him, yeah.
The right side.
Him?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same person. I don't know. He looked tall here and then short here, so they don't make no sense. This guy.
What? That cannot be the same person.
Well, he has 3 different shirts on in each picture, so.
True.
Only because of the height. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, who this man? Is this another child? Another child?
Maybe it was that cameraman in the back.
Yeah, why were they hugging the cameraman? God, why are we doing this? Yeah, man.
Maybe the cameraman was the father. You think he was just taking photos of Tiger Woods' family all these years?
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go here. So y'all heard Taraji saying she gonna quit acting because they're not paying her enough?
I didn't hear that.
All right, here, let me play it for y'all.
Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Well, have to. The math ain't mathing. And when you start working a lot, you know, you have a team. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up, is a whole entire team behind us.
Yes.
They have to get paid.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had.
And scene.
Stop. It's like, it is funny, but she does speak at a real issue, I think. And Black actors and actresses don't make enough money don't make as much money as their white counterparts.
Who would you consider like a white actress that's the same, I guess, like level as Taraji?
I don't know. Like, I don't know her white equivalent. Like, equivalence.
Does anyone in the chat know? Who would be like a white equivalent? Not, character-wise or anything, but, in terms of like her level of fame, I guess, or whatever. Who would that be?
No, I don't know. I do think, no, someone said Katherine Heigl. No, that Katherine is, someone said Kathy Griffin.
Sandra Bullock?
No, I don't think, would Taraji be considered A-list? Y'all stop saying Charlize. Y'all play too much.
Somebody said Reese Witherspoon.
No.
Lawrence.
Ellen Pompeo, absolutely not.
Viola Davis is an A-lister, and I feel like Viola can be compared to other white actress in the A-list category. I don't know that Taraji is considered an A-lister. Am I wrong about this?
Like I wouldn't say that.
Show up in a Tyler Perry movie.
I don't think people would put her in the same category as like, I don't know, who was a white actress that people are like, oh my God, I don't know, Meryl Streep or something. Like people wouldn't put them in the same category, I don't think.
All right, I feel like this is super important now, and I didn't know Lupita is an A-lister though. Lupita Viola is an A-lister. Taraji feels more like
Betty White,
Tyler Perry. And it might just be because of that one movie she acted in with Tyler Perry that I hated so much. Anywho, sorry.
You don't think she can compete with, you don't think she can compete with Reese Witherspoon?
I don't know about talent, but I do know that Reese Witherspoon has like a long list of like movies and hits, but she got the opportunity where a lot of Black actresses didn't. So what Taraji is saying is really important and good, and I think it is time people start speaking up. Someone said Taraji is A-list. Is Taraji A-list?
Maybe we have to look up what A-list means.
Is Jamie Lee Curtis A-list?
Yes.
So yeah, I would say so then.
All right.
Yeah, all right. I'll stick with it. I'm fine with my decision. Yeah, y'all didn't stick with Oprah. Why should I listen to y'all now? Y'all are giving too little, too late for me.
I'm trying.
Not
I
Oprah,
feel like
excuse me.
people are saying that she's A-list because
Monique.
they're like, oh, we need to stick beside Black women. And I don't know if that, like, she's like, would she be considered an A-lister? Because I'm trying to figure out what category of actresses would she be in the realm of, so to compare their money. But like, I'm not going to compare how much money she's getting to Viola or like Angelina. Like, those are like, I don't know. Someone said Roseanne Barr. Afra said she's definitely A-list. Go, Monique. Okay, Drew Barrymore. Maybe her and Drew Barrymore are at the same level.
Christina Applegate.
I don't know, because Drew Barrymore has been out like since she was a little kid.
That don't mean she can act. I like Drew Barrymore.
But I don't think like, I don't know. I was
it is based on like, it's not just your talent. You're right. It's not based on talent.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily. I mean, I was just reading the wiki about it. I don't know. I never really thought about it. But the Wikipedia says an A-list actor is a major movie star or one of the most bankable actors in a film industry.
Okay, so we can stop there. It's not her. She's not an A-lister.
The A-list is part of a larger guide called the Hot List, which ranks the bankability of 1,400 movie actors worldwide and has become an industry standard guide in Hollywood.
Someone says she can be A-list. Yeah, I believe she can be A-list. Like I think she is really talented.
Yeah, I think she's really talented too.
Yeah, but she's currently not an A-list. Like from my perspective, she's not.
I think that if she were an A-list actress, she wouldn't have the complaint she has about the money situation.
I think she would, because I feel like Viola probably have the same. And when Viola come, I have people to compare Viola to and be like, absolutely not, give her money. Taraji, I don't know who to compare her to. And that's why I asked.
Really good. I think she's really good.
No. I know she's good, but that you're good doesn't, your brand,
yeah,
it won't pull people into the theaters, or it will. I need to know who to compare her to. And I don't know who to compare Taraji to in terms of compensation.
You don't think Mila Kunis?
Does that girl still act? She married what's his face and disappeared.
Ashton Kutcher.
Mm-hmm. Like, if I heard that, what's her name? Kerry Washington wasn't making as much money as just pick a name, a white name, then I'd be like, okay, that's weird. But like, I really don't know who to compare Taraji to. Like, I don't know. And I do already agree with her, by the way. I am not saying she's not telling the truth. I agree that she's underpaid. I don't know how much money she's getting, but I already know she's underpaid. You're not going to convince me otherwise. However, I don't know who to compare her to. And we're talking about millions, I'm hoping, of that. Let me look up her net worth before, because I thought Kiki was rich, and then I found out she was not. Let me see.
I think Taraji's net worth is around 12 millions. Viola's, from what I saw, was around 25 million. So that actually did make me very confused because I consider them very far apart.
All right. So I pulled up a list of, like, according to IMDb, A-list actresses, and it's Nicole Kidman, Jennifer Aniston, Kate Blanchett, Julia Roberts, Angelina Jolie, Keira Knightley, Anne Hathaway, people like that. Meryl Streep, Julianne
So
Moore.
just white folks.
Yeah, I'm looking for some. I'm scrolling. I see Charlize Theron.
What about Whoopi Goldberg?
Reese Witherspoon is in here. Let me see. Are there any black ones?
What's Oprah's net worth? She's not an actor, though. Well, she is an actor, but I know her more for the talk show.
Oh, this is
billion. Oprah's a billionaire.
I'll find it. Let me see. Black.
Because I'm looking up these people with 1 million, 2 million. I pull up Oprah and she.
Oh, Will Smith. Oh my God. How did I forget Will Smith? Yeah, Will Smith, Denzel Washington. Okay, girl.
Well, but I was looking at actresses. I was looking at women specifically.
Yeah, like women empowerment. Like we don't do men here.
I know that Will Smith would be considered an A-list actor.
White men.
Try to find like black women.
Halle Berry, Angela Bassett, Kerry Washington, Viola Davis. They put Sanaa Lathan on here, so this is incorrect. They put Sanaa Lathan on here, so this is not
A-list black.
Ain't no way. Ain't no zero ways. Zero ways. Okay, nope. They put Sanaa Lathan on there, so that's not it. So we do know that we have Halle Berry. We do know that. We have Kerry Washington. We have Angela Bassett. We have Viola Davis.
Whoopi Goldberg.
How are you determining? I never really thought about this so much, I guess. How are you determining whether or not they're A-list?
These are biggest stars, and they get paid more than all of them. No, I love Sanaa. Look, I love her too, but she not no A-list nothing.
Regina King.
Oh, I feel like I don't think so. They did our black stars bad. They did. Because a lot of these people probably should have been on the A-list. Should be A-list and getting paid millions compared to other people. But just looking at a bunch of black actresses right now and realizing that like they were very like, yeah, what's her name? Taraji is definitely right. Like
Angela Bassett.
Girl, what did you say, Bassett?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Like, this is sad. Like, we know this, and I already knew this, but like looking at the list at like these talented people and like realizing like they're all like under 20 million. And like the white A-listers, the white A-list celebrity all have like over like 50 million, 60 mil, 100 mil.
I think it's because like in general, we know like that racism and even just the way things are cast, like the way movies and shows even are, like there just aren't as many opportunities given for black actors and actresses in terms of just how people are portrayed in movies in general. So they wouldn't even...
I'm annoyed. We have something else to do. We have to create our ranking system and put find out who the black celebrities on the A-list, because y'all definitely did not watch the show I told y'all to watch for today's discussion.
Oh yeah, that movie.
Yes.
What movie?
It started with the M.
My Hero Academia. I don't know.
No, I'm not going to tell you. I'll go watch it. Themis has its own rating scale, period.
The Strange Thing About the Johnsons, out on Blu-ray and DVD.
I think there might be some differences in what people think A-list means. I don't even know what it means specifically, but just based on like different things people are saying, I can tell that there's not like a general consensus. Like
The
I think
general consensus should be that these are the people getting millions and millions of dollars for one show.
So then, no matter how talented someone is or how much you like them,
no talent, no
then
talent.
they're not A-list if they're not making a certain amount of money.
Yes, and like they well know.
That's what I was saying. Like if she were A-list, she wouldn't have this complaint.
Like no, you would still have it because you can still be making millions and millions while still realizing that wait, I'm still getting underpaid comparatively.
But see, that's the thing. Like automatically. So I guess it's like something that we just have to think of kind of like hypothetically.
But will y'all
terms of like A-list actresses, if you just like Google it, which I do not claim to be an expert on this at all. I just started looking this up today, so I have no idea. But just based on what I've just been Googling now, like you can't even find a list that has many Black women on it. So
well,
like
what we gonna do next week, y'all come with a list of your Black actresses, come with a list of criteria for A-list, and we gonna spend a chill live. We're not gonna do much, so we're just gonna have a chill live going through and trying to figure out who is A-list and who should be A-list and all of that. Because I'm actually very concerned right now. All these Black actresses. Period. Regina King is A-list, all audiences. Period. We're gonna do women though, not men, because like the men are actually all over the A-list. Like the Black men are like all over the A-list.
So then one of the criteria could be like the movies that they're in have to gross a certain amount of money.
Yeah. And then their bankability goes up.
Movies.
Yeah.
Right?
So you have to book the right movie. The bankability you have to make money in that movie. And people have probably, I don't know if they have to like working with you, but like working with you enough to get you back. Taraji needs to fire her manager and agent, right? Talking about, there's a lot of people who have to get paid. No, you're gonna be you only get paid when I get paid. What do you mean?
Are you guys going to say sorry to her?
Cool.
What happened?
Girl, she should be saying sorry to us for marrying that man.
What happened to her?
Nothing. That man happened to her.
Monique said that she wasn't being paid what she's worth, and it was because she was a Black woman and nobody cared. Nobody in Hollywood cared.
Oh.
Monique could have been an A-lister if she didn't get that man. Why do you make a man who have no credentials start managing your career? I failed. Like, I don't know. You make this man negotiate your contracts. Like,
And my man, thank you to my man.
Zendaya is definitely A-list, but she definitely also not that talented. And I like her. I do like Zendaya. I like a mediocre mixed woman. I like her.
I love seeing the same character. Interestingly enough, I argued with my therapist about this because my therapist found it in herself to defend Jonathan Majors for some reason. She wasn't aware of what's going on.
I feel like you're making stuff up about your therapist.
Nope. She we were talking about being pro-Black and some other stuff, and she's very pro-Black. And she was like, we have so many good-looking men in the community. She brought up Jonathan Majors, and we started talking about his acting because I feel like he plays the exact same person in every single movie ever. And that's what Zendaya gives. That's the only reason I brought Jonathan Majors up, because they're the same person. They just play a different character.
Wait, who? Jonathan Majors?
Jonathan Majors is the exact same person in every single.
Nope. He is a good.
Nope.
He is a good actor.
Nope.
No.
Who, Jonathan Majors?
This is the issue that I told my therapist. The academics are delusional, and they don't want to acknowledge reality. They don't want to look at what's right in front of them, so they're hiding.
No, what's that, something Craft Country, Lovecraft Country.
He played Kang in that. That's who the character was. That's the exact same character.
No, the reason, like, I didn't really, like, I'm not like, oh my God, I was such a fan. Didn't care about this man. Like, I saw him and people were like, oh my God, he's attractive. And I was like, ooh. Girl, period. Y'all love what y'all love. It is what it is. So, like, I think he's a good actor. And he was just on the beginning stages. Thankfully, his monstrous ways behind the scene came out before he got really big. But I think he was better. Well, we know he better than Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan played the same character in every single movie. The same. I don't know how y'all do it. I really don't know how y'all do it.
Yeah, no. Jonathan, he was a horrible actor. Zendaya, same thing, but we know what we're getting. So.
Zendaya. But look, Zendaya was in Dune, one of my most favorite book series, by the way. And I'm not even into sci-fi like that. I'm a more fantasy person, but I love Dune. And I hated the older adaptation of it. But in the new one, Zendaya is just literally turning around giving you model. Zendaya just turns around in slow motion for all of her scenes in the movie. She has one line. I was like, period. You better make that money. You better make that money. Someone said Dune is horrible. I'm not about to engage with y'all in the chat. You tried it. Petty is a hater.
No, because interestingly enough, let's take someone like Will Smith, who I think people would levy the critique. He acts the same in every movie. I think him specifically has a very wide range and is able to embody very different characters. I'm thinking about Pursuit of Happiness or After Earth or Muhammad Ali, whatever have you. But because he's so big, we know he's Will Smith. So he's just Will Smith in the way that Iron Man is Iron Man in every movie that he plays in. Or Spider-Man now is.
Will Smith does not play the same role, but like he does not come close to Denzel Washington. I don't think I mean, I don't want to say he's overhyped, but like I don't think Will Smith is that. Like I don't think he's a bad actor. I think he's good, but like I don't like.
Well, you said Jonathan Majors has range, so I already know what your opinion is worth to me.
No, Jonathan Majors is a better actor than Will Smith.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to grab some clips of Jonathan Majors acting in 7 different movies or TV shows, and I'm gonna put them side by side, and we can take a look at that. That's what we can do.
Jonathan Majors is a better actor than Will Smith.
No. Have you seen the TVA or Loki or what is it?
Him as Kang?
Yeah, him as Kang. He was Kang. Before Disney came out 30 seconds before the verdict and said no.
I feel like people are like, oh my God, how could you? It's like someone saying R. Kelly can sing. It's like, girl, we know what R. Kelly did. He's disgusting, but like it doesn't take away the fact that he's talented. He's a talented man that should be in prison.
Yeah, that certainly doesn't hurt though that Will Smith in his real life, like it's easier to consume his content. I think someone in the comments said he's more palatable. Like, yes, because we know that his wife may or may not cheat on him, and he will apologize for not being enough, and that makes him more likable. So you can look at his movies and be like,
how are you defining a good actor? Because I'm concerned, because like I think Will Smith is a good actor. I do, but like I don't think he's like great. I think he's overhyped.
So let me see. You have to understand, I'm the TikTok generation, so I've consumed every movie that I've ever watched from YouTube Shorts or TikTok clips.
Okay, no, I don't care. Not doing that with you, because like, oh my God, what's his name? Chadwick Boseman was supposed to be the next really big actor, because that man had talent. Like, yeah, he was one of the best of our generation.
Yeah, I guess Jonathan Majors wanted to act a fool, and now look what that's gotten him. I'll say he can act that very well. I would define a good actor as I can really be immersed and they portray the character very believable. Like Zendaya, I said she's a bad actor, but I don't necessarily mean that. I just don't think she has range. So I would define range differently, as in like Chadwick, I'm pretty sure he played a detective in something. He played Black Panther, of course, and he has some other roles. And in each of those, I didn't feel like I was watching Chadwick Boseman. I felt like I was watching the character he was embodying.
Yeah.
Zendaya, I feel like I'm watching Zendaya be Zendaya and just be nonchalant in every movie that she's in.
Yeah. Agree. Chadwick embodies the characters. Like Chadwick is, what's his name? The guy who played Jack Sparrow.
Johnny Depp. He has really good range too, I think.
Yeah, yeah, he is a really amazing actor. I think Chadwick, in terms of talent, is up there with like the best of them. Like I actually believe that. And I think that Jonathan Majors, if he actually worked on his craft, could get there. I think Will Smith is just like he's good. Like I feel like
better than good. Better than good.
Okay, whatever. But he is good enough. And he milked his milked his talent in the way that he did. He should. And I appreciate that. But I when I see Will Smith perform, I see Will Smith perform. Like
that's how I would say it used to be like that. But I think Pursuit of Happiness and Ford is where it came for me. But I found myself able to be more immersed in the movie and not just be like, this is Will Smith, even though he's very recognizable.
Yeah, so but Johnny Depp is also recognizable. But Chadwick is recognized. I don't see them. By the way, this is why Beyonce can't act. It's because like it's very obviously her. Brad Pitt and Will Smith are the same too. Same. Agreed. Fully agreed.
Yeah, I don't watch white people.
I don't think Brad Pitt is a great actor. I find him very bland and one-dimensional. Oh,
Tom Hanks is a really good actor.
Yes.
And Leonardo DiCaprio is a really good actor.
Yeah, agreed. All right, let's go into the after show quickly. Cover your ears, everyone.
Someone said Johnny killed it as Willy Wonka. The fact that I watched Willy Wonka the first time, completely immersed, and only found out that he played in that movie by like going to Wikipedia. That's what I mean when I say they have a good range and I'm really immersed.
No, but Willy Wonka, Scissorhand, and then Jack Sparrow. Imagine, like, those are like three completely, maybe Willy Wonka and the Scissorhand person are more similar, but those are three completely different. And then the Lone Ranger thing, you remember that? No. Those, like, and every single time I believe, and for some of them, I didn't know it was him until like after.
Later, yeah.
And then I look at his face and I'm like, oh, it is him. Like, I can see it's him, but like, girl, it's some kind of witchcraft. Ain't nobody gonna convince me anything different.
What's that man's name that was in that movie that Halle Berry won the Oscar for?
Oh, I hated that movie so much.
Is his name Tommy Lee? No,
I
is it?
I don't remember his name.
What is his name? Whatever his name is. He's a really good Billy Bob. Why was I
Billy
saying
Bob
Tommy
Thornton.
Lee?
But it's Billy Bob. It's not
Billy
Angelina
Bob.
Jolie ex.
It's Billy Bob Thornton. He's a really good actor because I saw him in this other movie called Sling Blade. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but that was a really good movie, and I didn't even know it was him. Like he's really good too, but like no one talks about him that much. Not no one, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So actor Christian Keith alleges he was sexually harassed for years by a powerful man in Hollywood. All right, I'm not here to tell you to rehash this. I'm only here for one comment and one comment only. Can someone read this?
How can you be sexually harassed for years? Not 1 day or 2 day, but years because you wanted success. Want to be a victim because your morality was low. Call it what it is, man. What are they talking about?
These men just being degenerate. They're talking about absolutely nothing. He's talking about absolutely nothing. He's just being degenerate. If you don't know what he's talking about, that's good for you because he's just being degenerate.
Is this the shade room? Weren't they just on a post 3 seconds ago talking about Jonathan Majors as a victim? Why won't y'all let him be a victim? Why isn't he allowed to be a victim as a black man? Why are they in the comments saying this now about a black man who's talking about being a victim?
That's the only comment. If you remember nothing from this live stream, because I'm not rehashing this entire thing. If you remember nothing from this live stream, remember that a man came out and talked about his experience in Hollywood, and this is what men are saying. Someone said Christian Keith can act. All right. You know what? Wasn't he gay in Constantine? I'm trying to find. Because I heard a lot of people like him as an actor. I don't know why, but my standards are much, much higher. I would agree. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, this is wrong. I can't do this. I was going to show a picture from Constantine, but I realized in him alleging abuse, it might look like I'm saying, oh, no, whatever. So, like, no. So I'm not going to do it. I'm such an idiot. Like, I don't even know why I didn't think about this. Whatever. Anywho, thank you all. Wait, do you guys have any? I can't continue now because I just realized that the lineup was really bad. What I was about to show was really bad.
Don't forget to leave a like on the video. Could I show something briefly?
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is important.
Oh, bro, you know about the streets. No, I'm not. I'm from a gated community. I behave. You don't, you thug. Don't lecture me about being from the streets. I don't care. Fuck.
Sorry, I forgot he used the F word.
Now we're demonetized. Thank you, Petty. Yeah, no. Thank you, Themis. I was wondering why it wasn't. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't relevant. It's how my brain works. We're like, oh, he's talking about being molested by a guy. And then I'm like, oh, I remember him from this one movie where he was with a guy. So it's like not relevant, literally not relevant at all. Someone said, thank you, Petty. Separately, I don't like the fact that people think men can't be victims.
Yeah, I don't like that either. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people don't even know, aren't even like conscious that they've been victims, like when they were younger, and maybe, like it's so messed up the way that people look at certain things.
And it's not only like, is it hurtful? Like, it's like, I read this thing that I'm not going to put it on, but they were like, girl, you can't act. And you can act, you look good, you know what this is. And it's like, first of all, he might not know he can act. He might think he's really good, right? But like that doesn't give people the right to harass someone. And like imagine, like I'm imagining, like in my profession, someone constantly trying to like make sexual advances at me. Like even if you're a man, you can say no. Woman, you can say no. Even if they don't physically touch you, that creates a really hostile environment over and over and over again to be proposition for sex. Like absolutely not. So I don't like the idea that people are like, oh, you could have said no, or you said no, nothing actually happened. Like this is disgusting, and I don't like this. It's a really toxic culture, I think, and I really hate this comment. I really hate this comment.
Wait, oh, that's what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that, and then like someone said in the comments, like then the same people will be like, no one cares about men, but it's like, what?
Yeah, women are in here supporting him, and men are like, how could you? So I would rather him just say who it is. It was, so people won't just point fingers at Tyler Perry, because maybe it is. I'm not gonna go and say who I think it is, but like, yeah. Yeah, I'm so like the women are in here like actually telling men what sexual harassment is, because like it looked like a lot of these men don't know.
I mean, after this Jonathan Majors things, what it looks like is that men don't actually care about men or believe men can be assaulted. They just say that when they can take down a woman, like when they can position themselves against a woman, they'll say that, but they don't actually believe it.
This woman said, the comments from other men is disgusting. Rather than stand in solidarity and support another black man, you prefer bash him for his experience and how he chose to deal with it. Most of y'all sitting still in denial about your Uncle Ray Ray. No, she didn't have to do that last part. Why I was so with her until she I was so with her. Anyway, I was so with her until she did that. Someone said, I bet it was Diddy.
People were talking about P. Diddy and T. Perry. That's who they were saying. I don't know either of their connections, so.
Y'all heard about TD Jakes?
Has he done something? A man of the Lord? No way.
Nothing is funny about this. I can't put it out there because I don't know if it's true. I saw one video about it, and people have been running wild with this rumor. I won't say it. Actually, don't look it up. But like, I hope this is not true. I hope with everything in my mind that this is not true. I'm not saying I never accused him of anything. I'm not accusing him of anything. I don't know anything. I'm literally telling y'all to not look it up. I'm also telling y'all that I hope it's not true because I don't know if it's true.
I just looked up some stuff that I won't repeat here.
Please don't. Someone said, say allegedly. There's no reason to say allegedly because I'm not accusing him of anything. Someone, you heard what happened to TDJ. Yeah, what happened to him is that people are putting stories out, but we don't know if those stories are true. Someone said, I'm looking at them. Not a man of the Lord. All right, girl, these people going to keep telling me to say allegedly. Allegedly.
But
I have not accused
anything.
Yeah, that's the point. Like, you actually,
allegedly.
No. Nope. That is pride. That is pride. You all are actually looking out for me, and I appreciate it. It doesn't hurt. So everything I said about him, even though I said nothing, is alleged. No. But it's no. Like I understand, and I actually, instead of being like, "Why are you telling me allegedly?" Actually, I understand where it's coming from, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Allegedly.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to say allegedly. But what I just Googled him and I didn't see anything. What words did I Google with him?
Okay, let me type it in the private chat for you.
Google his son first.
POWR.
I Googled his son too and found other
stuff.
I
Googled it. I mistakenly
Interesting.
TD Jack was the man out here telling women that they need to create space in their life for men to be men, because we're raising our boys to be girls and our girls to be men. And I'm like, all right, I see the confusion now. I understand. Someone said I should allegedly play the video. No. Patty, why are you putting this in my...
Wait, what's the problem? Wait, or is he married or something?
No, his son put some stuff out, and I just thought we should be aware. That's all. His son put some stuff out. That's a funny phrase, considering
Oh, he's married. Someone in the chat said, okay, now I see the problem.
Wait, TD Jakes is married?
Allegedly, if any of that is allegedly true or whatever. Because I was like, so? But okay. Well, allegedly, whatever may or may not have been looked up, and whether or not he is allegedly married or not, allegedly, I don't know.
Can you get in trouble for saying someone's married without allegedly?
I don't know.
TD Jakes. What does TD stand for? Thomas Dexter?
I thought it stood for Theodore, but I just made that up. I have no idea.
Like a Theodore.
That's
the way my chat, the way my Discord had me gagged out, like I was frozen for 5 minutes straight when I heard, because I was like, period. Let me stop, because I don't want to like say anything else, because I don't believe it. I'm super late to the live. Anyway, ni hao. Who would have told there was me now?
Who drew that?
Someone said he looked like... No, let me stop. No. All right. I think we're good.
There's no... Is that the actual... No. Is it? Wait, no.
He looked good in there. He was giving purse lips, high cheekbones, strong nose. This is what everyone is dying. Everyone is like beauty. Who did that? Go back. Wait, go back.
Wait,
no, anyway, go back.
Who? Petty, did you put these up, or Themis did you?
Petty. They know they were... Yo, you know, he and I are in the same age range. He's like 3 or 4 years older than me.
Let me see.
No, they was playing that day. They had to be playing.
What?
I don't know. The drawings felt unusual to me.
Unusual? What?
She was like, and what do you have to say about this, Megan Good? I don't know who that is in the chair. I assume it's Megan.
That is not, well, I don't know.
Girl, they said this man is 34.
How old do you think he looks?
I feel like this is not right.
No, how old do you think
How old do you think he looks?
Why are
Let's
you
pull
doing
him up.
this when I specifically asked you how old you think he looks? It's me. What? I don't know. Maybe in his 30s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you think he looks? Yeah, he looks in his 30s. He just has that kind of forehead where you do like this and then it makes the things. But some people like do that at any age. I don't think that indicates, how old someone is or not.
I agree.
In fact, it's funny because I asked on Facebook probably like 6 months ago. I took a poll and asked, like, do you have a forehead that like makes the lines when you raise your eyebrows? And I thought there was some bias because only people who didn't have that would respond. But I had several people respond. Oh, that's when he was younger. Oh, y'all left. I know what that means.
Can someone block Yassi, please? Y'all, no, you can't do that.
Somebody said he looks like you.
Oh, period.
I don't think y'all look anything alike.
I don't think we look anything alike. Anyone who said that is trying to disrespect me.
Y'all don't have anything the same.
We have strong feature. No, I have big lips. He don't got big lips.
Is he trying to make them look big?
No, he does. He does have big lips. I just have bigger lips. All right, he looks like 42, 43. Like, I would have assumed he's like 42, 43, is what I'm saying.
That's still
Petty.
within range-ish.
Petty?
Kind of.
I'm gonna give him 60. Black 60.
Did you say black 60?
Yeah, he looks like my grandpa, maybe.
What?
My grandpa
No
looks
way.
for his age.
He does look like my grandparents' generation. Like, he doesn't look like my grandparents, but he looks like he was plucked from my grandparents' generation.
Someone on TikTok was talking about that, like how some people have like an ancestral look. I don't know if she was trying to drag somebody or if she was being serious, but I understood what she was talking about.
I feel like you wanted to say it.
No, I really didn't see that on TikTok. Somebody said that about this woman and they showed the picture of the woman. I was like, oh, okay. Because it's not that they necessarily like look older, but they just have like a certain look. It's hard to explain.
You're not going to play no faces, pretend like you're so innocent. Meanwhile, you're dragging.
How? Oh my God. How is this dragging? I'm serious. Like, look it up on TikTok. I have to find the link because the lady, like,
someone said every time they see him, they think Martin Luther King is going to come out behind him.
I'm going to look it up because they were saying like,
they're like, This looked like a civil rights movement. That's probably why he kept telling them to act like Coretta.
But is it his style or?
Yes, it is his style. I think it is style. It's his style.
I'm looking up that video because sometimes when I'm just trying to figure things out, y'all think I'm dragging somebody, and I'm not. I'm just saying what that lady said. But I think he does have the same look that she was talking about, but that's not a bad thing.
It's not. It's not. It's very timeless.
Yeah, because even if you look at like, I don't know, it's
I like Betty's slideshow.
Betty's slideshow.
Glasses, backwards hat, always a good combo.
Oh, I found it. Okay, where can I put this link?
In the chat.
Yeah.
I need to, it's a TikTok, and the lady is talking about someone that has an ancestral. Okay, yeah. I'm going to post it in the chat because I want y'all to know that I was not dragging anybody at all. I was just saying. But yeah. So I don't think it's that he looks old. He just looks,
No, he doesn't look old. He looks like he's in his 40s. That's definitely not old. But it's not his face. Like, he just looks like he's from a different time period. And the time period is Jim Crow. I like the civil rights era. Like Jim Crow had leading up to the civil rights era. Look, you can't tell me. Why am I so loud?
I think
he looks like he's heading to the march on Washington, like right there.
Okay, I put the TikTok in the chat because I think secretly y'all be wanting me to drag somebody, so looking for drags. That's not what I was doing. Oh, I put it in the chat on the regular chat.
I think YouTube deletes any link comments.
Let my people go.
Can we play it? I'm going to send it on Instagram.
You look every age at one. You can send it. Send it in the private chat. So if you go to the private chat, you can send a link. Wait.
But then I'll have to. Okay, I sent it on Instagram. Petty is on it.
Petty can go. Is there any music in there?
I don't think so. She's just talking about some creator. And y'all will see what I'm talking about when she shows. I don't know if she shows the creator. But the way she said it was like, I got what she was saying. And I think this is what's applying here.
Wait, is this Julesy?
Oh, you know who this is?
Yeah.
Her.
About Winnie Parker and her anti-blackness, but first I have to explain what I meant when I said she has an ancestral face.
See?
And that simply means that when I look at them, I could be like, oh, I can tell you got your grandma face. Like, you look like one of your ancestors. It's just you have one of those faces that no matter how hard you smize, you are never going to like fit in naturally to the 21st century basic white girl influencer face. It's a look that like so many influencers attempt to do. Let me give you an example. There's Nabella, a Bangladeshi influencer who really enjoys her proximity to whiteness. Not to like throw any heat on her, but like maybe it's too easy. You see this? You see what I'm talking about? That little smile? It signals something. And it's working kind of for her, but she still gets a lot of heat for it. I just think Winnie has one of those ancestral faces that it will always look like, girl, you still look like your grandma. You still look like your ancestors. It's not giving 21st century. That's not inherently a negative thing. I think blackness is beautiful. And if she wasn't so anti-black, I think she could actually very much so embrace. She could very much so embrace.
Wait,
I don't
that
know.
little smile.
Where's the ancestral? I don't see the ancestral.
No, I don't know if that's that lady. There's the lady. I went into the rabbit hole because I didn't know what she was talking about. So I went to go look at the lady that she was talking. No, not Winnie Harlow. It's somebody else, like some TikTok person.
Wait, I do have a problem with that video though. Like it just irks me to my core. When there is like a mixed person, when she said ancestral, does she like why are you trying to police? Well, let me leave it up. I'm done.
No, it's not Winnie, not Winnie Harlow. It's another person, like on TikTok, that she's talking about. I had to like go find it. But yeah, that's where I got that thought process from.
Like, what do you mean she's anti-black? Like, I'm trying to figure out if she's was the woman she just showed us part black.
No, that's not the woman that she's talking about. She was just showing that one. I don't know what that had to do. The person she was talking about, I think her name is Winnie. I don't know her last
name. Is the person she's talking about mixed?
Oh, Winnie Parker. No, she's black. Why is that lady? I'm confused.
Girl, I don't know. But
Jules, I didn't even know that was a person that y'all knew.
Jules just be saying things at this point. I actually really like her videos, so but let people be.
Don't forget to like the video.
This is the lady. Okay, this is the lady that she was talking about with the face. Petty, play this video so that y'all can see the person's face.
Okay. Wait, we only have 33 likes, or is my thing glitching?
I didn't know who Julesy was. I didn't know y'all knew who that was.
I'm going to say something controversial. I don't care because I've been thinking.
That's the lady she was talking about.
Have a following over a black following.
Oh no, what a delightfully bad take. First off, you don't want to go around alienating large portions of your audience by claiming that they're not supporting you enough. That's not good. Second off, if there is any truth to this, it might have more to do with demographics than black people being unwilling to support people. I don't think blacks are just sitting there doing Mr. Burns finger pyramids. It's like, who can I refuse to support today? But we are outnumbered by white people by a significant amount. It's almost like we're a minority. Did I just invent that word? Yes. If you want to take it a step further, looking into the demographics, there's a bit of an income inequality gap along the lines of race. If you factor that in terms of support monetarily, through product placements and merch sales, that also might have something to do with it. I'm not mad at her for this particular opinion. What I am mad at is this blatant lie.
Of course, there are nuances.
But that lady, that's the lady that the other lady was talking about with the face that she was talking about.
That she has an ancestral face.
Yeah, so she was talking about her. I guess this lady said some black stuff, and that's why that other lady made the video. But yeah.
So Jules, you did a video, you said, pointing to this one and saying this one had an ancestral face.
Yeah,
Jules
because this lady said something anti-black or whatever, apparently.
Yeah.
So she was like trying to say, like, how are you going to be anti-black when you have an ancestral?
Jules,
I don't know.
Out of pocket. Jules, out of pocket for that. How are you going to say this woman have an ancestral face? Jules, out of pocket.
Is that negative?
Go ask Jules, because I don't know, but I don't like it. I don't like it.
I think my face is ancestral. I think I look very African. I'm Nigerian.
That's very different. Like when someone is talking about the audience and dragging, and your response to them includes something like they have an ancestral face. This is a beauty guru. I don't think that was meant to be a compliment.
Wait, who's a beauty guru?
The lady you just saw.
Oh.
Ain't no way you're gonna convince me she meant that as a compliment.
See, this is another one of those instances.
Because I do actually believe that I carry my ancestors on my face, like most people do.
Yeah.
But to say someone has an ancestral face seems very specific. Because I do believe, like,
if someone said I had an ancestral face, I would be so honored.
It depends on the context for me, girl. You're going to depend on the context. It's gonna depend on the how. It's gonna depend on the tone of voice. It's gonna depend on a lot of things. And if you think it's anti-black, it's not. I love my features. I have very black features that I really love and adore. But you're not gonna come tell me I have an ancestral face just out of nowhere when you're trying to drag me. No.
So then, did that mean? Wait, what? So then, when y'all were talking about Jonathan Major's face and how he looked like Brown versus Board, what did you say, Themis?
I know what you literally just said. He looked
no,
like
you said something like that.
You keep doing that.
No, you said something like that. You said
man, he looked like Brown Border. You said he looked like Brown v. Board of Education, the end of Jim Crow. He looked like the end of Jim Crow.
Something like that. No, you said something like that. You said he looked like. Themis, what did you say? Because you're not about to do this to me. What did you say?
You said this man looked like he ended Jim Crow. That's what
that's what you said.
No, I never said nothing about Brown v. Board of Education.
You said Jim Crow.
I never said. I have never said.
I thought you said Brown versus Board of Education, but you said Jim Crow. Oh my God! Don't do this.
I sure enough said he looked like he could be from that era, not he got an ancestral face.
That's what I thought. That's why I brought that up, because I thought that y'all were saying the same thing. This is just one big misunderstanding. Where did Petty go? Oh my God. It's a misunderstanding. I hate when this happens.
You say he looked like he fought in World War I. He looked like he'd been through World War I. We heard you. It's cool. Well, see you next time. What you just got to do is just say Petty said, or say someone said, and then go into your drag.
Not you trying to give me dragging strategies. That's not how. No. No, this is a misunderstanding, everyone. That's not what I meant. There was a misunderstanding.
Not a drag about her face as much as pointing out she doesn't have the proximity to whiteness she thinks she needs for the influencer life she wants. Oh,
nope. I'm not looking through what you just said to figure that out. That ain't what she said. She said you have an ancestral face. She ain't say nothing about pointing out that the proximity to whiteness. She made a follow-up video after she got called out. That's what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't see why ancestral is negative.
It's not negative in and of itself. We all carry, hopefully, we're only here because of what our ancestors went through, and we carry with us their bloodline and their futures, hopefully. And it would be nice to be able to look back in my family tree 200 years ago and see someone who looked exactly like me. You know what I mean? Like that is beautiful. You're still not about to tell me I have an ancestral face.
But why though? Like, wait.
It sounds like you're saying I look ancient. It feels like you're saying I don't know.
You know what? And this is just true story. One time I was doing graffiti with like a group of people. This was a long time ago. And I was like, at the wall, and someone literally did say that I looked ancient. I didn't think it was an insult, but now I'm thinking about it. Was that an insult?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was. I thought it was nice.
To say you look ancient. You thought they were being nice when they told you look ancient.
Yeah. Because I think that I think it means like you look unique, or like you have like.
No, you look old.
I don't think that he meant old. I think because he said like features, like an ancient. I think it sounded like a compliment. I thought. Now I'm confused. This was many years ago, but now I'm going to be thinking about this for the rest of my life. This is probably about 10 years ago. So there's no way he meant old.
Maybe he actually did mean you look like you belong in a different time period.
Yeah, I think that's because he said
If
like
I ever tell someone they look ancient, I promise you, I promise you, it means exactly what you think it means in terms of like I wouldn't use it.
Yeah,
he
like
said something like a statue or like an artwork type of thing. So I thought it was a compliment, but now I'm starting to wonder. And this was 10 years ago, and now I'm going to be thinking about it.
Wait, give me the context.
We were painting the wall, many people there, graffiti. It was like you have like an ancient, and it was like, man, you know, like looking at my face, he's like, you have like an ancient looking like face. He was like, you have, he was saying that basically like I looked like a statue or like an artwork, like art. He was saying it like that. That's why I thought it was a compliment. But now I don't know.
You have me rethinking some things, Kay, because somebody told me I look like I belong on a plantation, and I felt like they was telling me I look like a hard worker. But now I'm feeling like maybe they were.
Now I feel like you're doing that thing that I didn't understand earlier that Themis explained. When you said that you got a crab boil at Turbo or whatever.
And the oxtail from AutoZone. Don't eat the oxtail from AutoZone, y'all.
No, he said art specifically, like sculpture.
Yeah, I thought they was just saying you're a hard worker, but like, what if they were actually just? What if it wasn't them subtly complimenting me? What if it was like a very overt insult that I didn't get?
I don't know. That happens to me. I guess now I'm rethinking. It probably happens all the time. I just take things that people say like based on what they say. I don't read too far into it.
Yeah, I don't listen to people who aren't pretty. So I can't even remember below a certain level of attractiveness. I don't know why I would take anyone's opinion on me at all. I don't know how those girls get on Fresh and Fit and let those two hand out a 1 through 10 to somebody. I have no idea. It just goes in one ear and out the other. So
I would love to go on one of those shows. Actually, I wouldn't, but like if I was going to be on one of those shows and they asked me to rank myself, I would love to just be like 0 so that they can then, what do we say now? Like, do they have a plan if someone just says 0 or 1?
They're like, no, you're not 0. You're like a 2 or a 3.
They want you to say I'm a 10 so they can be like, no, you're not. So just say, okay, I'm a 0.
I'm not debating with anyone. I'm not. I don't know why women do that either. Like I'm a 10. It's 10 the highest you can go. All right, I'm a 10. You are not this. You're that.
Who cares? Yeah, whatever.
I think I am a 10. Now, if you want to tell me what you think I am, I didn't ask. I don't really care. But since we're here, we're here. But I am, in fact, you're delusional. I am fine with it.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody gonna sit there and like people like I don't know. I'm like a 7. I'm probably a 4. Girl, get some self-esteem because ain't nobody got time.
My thing is like, why? How are these people the arbiters of like attractiveness? I just don't understand. So like, no matter what number you say, they're gonna have a problem. That's why I think it would be funny to just say 0 or 10 or whatever. Because then what? What are you gonna say? I don't know. I almost thought that I had the opportunity because KS once asked me, he was like about to ask me if I was married or something. And I was like, man, now could be my moment. Because I thought he was going to run down the questions like dress size, you know, what do you rate? He didn't do it. Yeah. But he didn't do it. He didn't ask me that. I thought he was going to because he was about to ask me if I was married. Oh, no. He was going to ask me how old I was. That's what he was going to ask me. And I was getting ready. I was like, man, maybe I'll get the slew of questions and I can answer them like in the way I want. But he didn't. Somebody like started talking and I was like, man.
Yeah, I was watching for something. I forgot what I was trying to put together clips for, but why I found you talking to Kevin Samuels over on somebody's channel. And I was like,
I've
what?
talked to, he's been, me and Kayla had a show he's been on a couple times. And then over on that other show that I was on, he was there a bunch of times.
So he came to y'all.
I never went on his show.
So why are you? What are you interrogating, Patty?
Oh, I just wanted to make sure we know who was begging who. He was begging to be on a K show.
No,
I did not
I
hear begging.
never went on his show. I think
didn't hear begging. I heard a different word. Thank God. I
No.
Okay, Patty's doing too much.
Yeah, I don't know what Petty's talking about, but I never called into his show. I never even seen his show. I've only seen like clips that get shared on social media and stuff.
Huh.
By the way, FYI, if there's a troll in the chat, if they're not like spamming with random, ignore them. Cause it's really good for the algorithm when they troll. Just ignore them. And moderators, time out anyone responding to a troll. Ain't nobody got time for that. But I mean, we're leaving now. Patty, your hair looks nice today. You looked great. Kay, you look wonderful as always. Glowing dimples on point here on 100. Yeah, so thank you. If he's being disrespectful, then block him. Period, please. Thank you. Yeah, so thank you both for being here with me today. Next live is going to be chill. Wednesday, we're going to sit and talk about
actors and
actresses. Yeah. Friday is a men's panel. Patty, you want to come on the men's panel with me?
Okay.
Is that a yes or no?
Okay.
I'll probably be home in time.
So is that a yes or no?
I don't like committing to things. I like being ambiguous so that I have plausible deniability in case I'm late.
Sounds like those men who are in a situationship with every woman they date. Like,
Yeah,
we're not in a relationship. So
they're
if
not
I
upfront. I'm upfront. So it's your choice to make. That's what that is. I gave y'all the options.
All right. So if you don't give me an answer, I'm not gonna let you up. I'm also getting jumped, by the way. I'm getting jumped on Friday. One of my friends, can I say? All right. One of my friends, Kyle, who I brought on, did not particularly like the way that I do things. I don't know if he's going to say that or if I should have said that. Love him, care for him. I think he's an amazing person. You guys will probably love him too. He is married. And so he wants to bring on other black men who he thinks are great black men. Don't know any of these men. And they're going to come on. Petty stop. They're going to come on. All 7 of them deep. Going to come on to talk to me about things.
What kind of things?
Thank you, Wake Up Makeup Slave. Relationship, dating, vetting, sitting in front of the medical school with your chair to get a husband. I don't know. They're gonna
Many things, many different things.
Girl, so I was looking for backup, but Petty said he gonna leave me by myself. So thank you, Petty, for nothing.
Yeah, I might make a cameo in case one of them needs like a defense. It's been a while.
Bring back Sister Monier. Monier is outliving his best life. Hey, Themis, do you have a moniker for your subscribers?
Oh my goodness. Do you?
No. They call themselves the fruitcakes, but someone said not Sister Monier. I will figure it out. I will get next year we will have drag the someone said no more money, please. He boring. Y'all play too much. Themis Drew. The thoughts. No, absolutely not. We'll come up with something. The moderators and I will come up with something for the new year. We're building a community, so that's that on that. I'm actually gonna start a Patreon and put all my stuff over there because Sin has inspired me, and this could all come crashing down in a minute. Someone said money is boring. Oh, he's not boring. He's like a really cool, fun person. But when he comes online, he just becomes super monotone, I think. I think he's just being very. Yeah, I don't want to be out of pocket, but he's a fun guy.
Yeah, I hate those people who are one voice all the time. Never
Me
switch
too.
up.
I hate a monotone that can't change the pitch of their voice. You don't know if they're excited, happy, or sad. It's giving serial killer. I don't know who could ever do a show with someone like that.
Yeah, that's why Manya doesn't have a show.
I like when people talk in a monotone voice. I think it's nice.
I was talking about Petty.
What about Themis' themes?
We're not gonna make it tonight.
Not tonight.
Someone said Themis and his twerking though.
Twerking. That's a good one.
Have a good night. Oh, before I go, I feel like everything is impeding my ability to go watch The Boys. I'm obsessed with this show. Like, I'm literally obsessed with this show. Like, every second that I'm free, I want to watch.
What show?
It's called The Boys on Amazon. Like, so good. It's so bad though. Like, it's so disrespectful. It's so vulgar. It's like everything. Demons and the Heathens. No.
I still
like
think it's
Sins.
That's good.
Sin is like the sinners, and it's such a good play on word. Yeah. Wait, what do you mean can't wait for season? Your late demons can't wait. Wait, I thought season 4 was already out. I'm at season 3. Is it done? I was planning to for the 2-day holiday that I get where no one is bothering me to binge watch season 4. I didn't know it wasn't. Oh my God.
Thanks,
welcome, BW.
I guess you'll just have to watch Undone in the meantime.
The Boys. I'll have to look it up. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, okay. You can watch it after Undone.
No, the boy's a liar. He doesn't see you. Thank you, Wake Up Makeup. All right, let's skedaddle. Bye, everyone.
Bye, themes.